Okay. Hey everybody, the Reswirl here, and welcome back to more Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. Okay, hopefully I should be able to finish this case in this session, but we'll see. They do have a tendency of going on for quite a while toward the end. Either way, let's go. Oh god, Jesus. Okay. I had to like adjust my audio. That was loud. Sheesh. What? The ship's doctor and Azora were romantically involved? Her animations are just the best. Well, that's my theory, but I don't actually know if it's really true. Azora would never get involved with that god-awful ship's doctor. But I do admit, they were friends. But would Azora send Dr. Crab videos, I wonder? Videos? What do you mean? Azora used to send her boyfriend videos of herself teaching the Orca tricks. I used to help Azora take the videos on her phone, on her TV phone. This is an interesting bit of information. So Summer's boyfriend has videos of her using a whistle to make the Orca do tricks. Oh. So TV phones can shoot videos too, huh? My dumb phone sure can't. These TV phones are amazing. They can even record sounds you and I can't hear. All the equipment we use at Shipshape Aquarium is high-tech, clearly. The ship's doctor sends away for all kinds of electronics. Ooh. So all the high-tech stuff is Dr. Crab's doing, huh? Anyway, I still highly doubt Azora's boyfriend was the ship's doctor. Why do you doubt that? I don't see no problem. But Dr. Crab found a charm yesterday, and he was really shaken by it. Charm? Hey, leave that alone. That belonged to Azora. What was Azora's charm doing in Rifle's stomach? That charm looked just like your keepsake of Azora. Yeah, well, she did say she and her boyfriend had matching charms. Was the ship's doctor and Azora really a couple? I can't believe it. Why? I think Dr. Crab will be called as a witness today, although to be fair, he did actually deny it. He says he has no interest in the romantics. There are still so many unanswered questions, but I hope to solve them all in today's trial. I believe in you two. I know you can do it. And we will, Sasha. We promise. No pressure. Courtroom number 4. Oh yeah! Alright. All rise. Day 2. Alrighty. Court is now in session for the trial of Sasha Buckler. The defense is ready. Wow. Douche. Ready. Now I'm completely thrown off. Needed to get attacked by a bird. Not too surprising. Very good. It appears both the prosecution and the defense are ready. Yesterday it was proven that the Orca was not guilty and that the victim fell to his death. Prosecutor Blackwell, did your investigation of the Orca pool area turn up anything? It did. We found a bloodstain from the victim at the bottom of the pool. On this. Oh my! What a frightening looking rock. And you say it has a bloodstain on it? Just looking at it gives me the willies. So, can we assume that there was no water in the pool at the time of the incident? Very good. What a clever little deduction. Oh! Well, it's nice to get a compliment from the prosecution for a change. Prosecutor Blackwell has completely tamed the judge with his carrot and stick approach. Yes, he has. I guess I should have brought a few carrots of my own. Right, moving along. I have prepared a witness. Buckler was the only one who entered that room when there was no water in the pool. The witness will prove that. Come to the stand, witness. It's Crab. Mr. Krabs. Name and occupation? Dr. Herman Alright, Sniper's with him too. Sniper, stay in there. And who is that cute little creature? Such a restless bird, quite unlike Taka. Oh my god. Wow. Chalk one up for Taka. She shut Sniper up with a single sound. Son of a gun. Dr. Herman Crab. Shipshape Aquarium's veterinarian. And could you tell us the name of your cute little friend there as well? Your Honour, please focus on the case. But it's important to learn all we can about the witness. This is Sniper. Oh, ain't she cute? She's the offspring of a penguin named Rifle. Sniper lives in my hair. She might cause a commotion now and then, but please, try to ignore her. I was originally going to call the animal keeper to the stand, but he refused to testify, so I settled on the veterinarian. Now tell us, why was the defendant in the orca pool room when the water was drained? Bum bum bum! Witness testimony! Da-da-do! Cleaning the orca pool room. Okay. In the early morning hours of July 20th, Sasha was cleaning the orca pool room. Sasha and Jack Shipley, the owner, were scheduled to do the cleaning together. During cleaning, the pool water was drained. While the cleaning was going on, Marlon was taking care of the orca in the show pool, and he said snow. The pool water would never be drained unless the pool was being cleaned. Right. And your claim is that the victim was made to fall to his death during the cleaning. Only Buckler and the owner had the security card necessary to enter the orca pool room. And we already know from the security company's record of card usage that the defendant was in the orca pool room during the time of cleaning. The witness's testimony and the record of security card usage are conclusive evidence. Are you sure? So no one beside the defendant was at the scene, and the water in the pool was drained. Uh-oh. The judge already seems to be leaning towards the other side. We have to strike fast. Your Honour, we're ready for our cross-examination now. Oh, yes, of course. Please, proceed then. The power of youth comes in handy at times like these. I also just realised Widget had no expression then. Widget should have been smiling, but it disappeared entirely. Alright, time to press everything. So, Sasha was cleaning the orca pool room. Hold it. Why is the cleaning done so early in the morning, essentially the middle of the night? Our aquarium is open every day of the year without break, so of course the cleaning has to be done at night when there are no visitors. No days off, is that it? I can relate to that. Yeah, I guess prisoners don't get to take days off. Why has Widget got no face? I don't like it. Things sure are different around our office, huh, boss? You don't have to rub it in quite so enthusiastically. Yeah, we have nothing but days off. So, was the defendant cleaning alone? No. Wait, what? Oh, they were both. Okay. I must have not realised what I read. But Miss Buckler said that Mr. Shipley never showed up to help with the cleaning. I don't know anything about that. All I know is what was on the schedule. Maybe they changed plans. They probably felt awkward with each other after their fight. In any case, there's no proof the victim entered the orca pool room during cleaning. They could have entered together. If you don't stop your yammering, I will pull your tongue out and barbecue it. Jesus. Do you have to be so violent? Proof or none, the victim must have entered the pool room during the cleaning. Witness, tell him why. Jack must have entered the orca pool room. The reason I think so is because... Oh, just to lead on to the next one. Oh, because, wait. The record of card usage shows that Sasha entered the pool room. Wait. Why did that add a statement? Did it? Wait, we're on statement 2. There's 6. Yeah, why did that add a statement? Sure, I'll press it again. Yeah! Just want to make doubly sure. Don't you mean to say that the record shows both of their cards being used? No, only Sasha's. But they must have gone in together. Jack's body was found in that room, so that's the only logical explanation. We talked about this just yesterday. What purpose does that brain of yours serve? Even more bird brain than rifle. Objection! Witness! I will not allow birds to be belittled in my presence. Limit your disparaging comments to the defense alone. So I get disparaged either way. Great. Bird lover, huh? I guess we're not destined to become best friends. That is fine. All I need is for you to talk about the state of the scene during cleaning. Alright. Fine. Oh, I don't know. I think the two of them were made for each other. So the pool water is drained. So the cleaning is done with the pool water. With the pool drained of water. That's right. They use the hoist there to lower themselves to the bottom of the pool. They can do regular cleaning with water in the pool, but this was an intensive session. I never cleaned my own lab, however. Yeah, that was evident. Don't you think it might be due then? I guess I can't talk though. Well, Sasha and Marlon come in and clean it for me on occasion. But I'm too busy myself. I have animals to look after. Like this one, for example. Such an adorable little creature. It lends cheer to this bleak courtroom. Your reaction to Taka was very different, as I recall. Uh-oh. Oh, Taka is a fine bird too, of course. Please continue, Dr. Crab. Quickly now. So we're saying, Sasha was cleaning the Orca pool room. I will admit, Sniper's much more adorable than Taka. It's a little penguin. It's like the size of a palm. While the cleaning was going on, Marlon was taking care of the Orca in the show pool. So Ola was moved all the way over to the show pool. Why is that? Well, it wouldn't do to get her covered in cleanser, would it? Of course she was moved. You don't take a bath while you're cleaning the tub, do you? Excellent point. I usually clean the tub after I take a bath myself. I was assigned to clean the shower stalls yesterday. They were cleaner than an Edo bathhouse by the time I was done. I guess Prosecutor Blackwell is the is that fastidious type? He just likes his things clean. I polished it so well I bet the inmates are slipping and sliding all over right about now. Maybe he's not so much the fastidious type as the prankster type? Somehow, I don't think that's it either. Anyway, cleaning the Orca pool is just like cleaning the tub. Right. The pool water would never be drained unless the pool was being cleaned. There's no possibility it would be drained any other time, at any time other than during cleaning? None. Ugh, shut down with a single word. Why are you so certain? Think about it. If the pool water were drained, what would happen to the Orca? The poor thing. Whose side are you on, Athena? Exactly, young lady. Without water, Ola would be alright for a short period of time. But anything longer than that would pose serious risks. She could even die. So the fact that Ola is alive and well is proof the water wasn't drained on her. That's right. The Orca pool and the show stage pool are next door to each other. A hoist runs between the two to move the Orca and equipment back and forth. When intensive cleaning is done, the Orca is moved to the show stage pool first. So the water is only drained while the pool is being cleaned. Please add that information to your testimony. So if there were no water in the pool, the Orca could die. But wait, that's not true. because we saw. Yeah. Ola was in the bottom of the pool with barely any water.
Objection!
Explain this. If the water in the pool is drained, you say the orca could die. But is that necessarily true? What are you talking about? There is a way to let the water out without harming the orca, isn't there? Your Honor, please allow me to submit this photograph. Oh, this is... As you can see, there is no water around the Skull Rock area. With the pool in this state, the victim could have been made to fall to his death. However, there is water on the other side of the platform. And Ola looks just fine. Son of a gun. Oh, wow. I didn't even read that, I just said it on instinct because I was like, he's probably gonna say it. And as soon as I did, he started to say it. Oh, that was good. God damn it. In other words, if the partition is set up at the bottom of the pool, the water can be drained without doing Ola any harm. Are you implying the water could have been drained at a time other than during cleaning? Yes, there is that possibility. Dr. Crab is shaking. Looks like he has something to hide. Could it have something to do with the calendar note about meeting with the victim? It might. I'll submit it to the judge. Your Honor, please take a look at this calendar. My, that's quite a cute... yeah. Ah, you waved that around in court yesterday. No need to drag out your souvenir today. Actually, I would like you to make note of the entry for the day of the incident. Let me see here. Meet the captain at the orca pool at 7 AM. Oh, his face. Oh! This note is about a meeting planned with the victim. What? The defense would like to argue that at the time of the meeting, the pool may have been drained of its water. Whose calendar is that? Crab's. It belongs to Dr. Herman Crab. Isn't that right, Dr. Crab? Oh, we don't want to pin him as the murderer. Son of a gun. So you suspect me, do you? What is the meaning of this calendar entry, Dr. Crab? Explain yourself. Fine. I was supposed to meet Jack at the orca pool at that time. But I ended up not going. So you're saying you simply broke your promise? You can't get out of it that easily. I believe you have some explaining to do. Of course. Your blade is sharper than I thought, right, Dono? But your cut was shallow. A mere surface scratch. There's a saying amongst prisoners. Do not see, hear, nor speak to smooth-talking lawyers. If you think the witness is suspicious, show your proof. A calendar alone isn't good enough, huh? I have to prove the victim could have fallen to his death at that 7 AM meeting time. Let's put our heads together, boss. The victim could have fallen during cleaning, when the pool was completely drained. Or, using the partition, it could have been at 7 AM with the water partially drained. What would be the major difference in circumstance between these two possibilities? What circumstance was different? The answer could really tell us something. What circumstance was different between the two possibilities of cleaning and 7 AM? Oh, the orca was there. If the murder occurred at a time other than during cleaning, the orca must have been there. Oh, you're right. And that would mean that Ola witnessed the murder. What's this? You're sheathing your sword so soon? Ooh. I was waiting for him to break his chains. Stop yammering to each other and show me how you wield your sword. Alright then, my sword is poised and ready. If the murder was committed at a time other than during cleaning time, then Ola must have been present at the scene. If I can prove that the murder happened right in front of Ola, then I can prove that Miss Buckler is not guilty. Just realised that Dr. Crab's hair looks like a nest. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Wright! Are you implying that the Orca was a witness to the crime? That is exactly what I'm implying. And? How do you intend to prove the Orca witnessed the murder? What are you going to do? Put the Orca on the stand and cross-examine her? This is a critical point. I'd better think about it carefully. The defense will present evidence. The defense will present evidence that will prove Orla witnessed the murder. You're going to present evidence? My. Knowing the defense, I thought surely you would try to cross-examine the Orca. I must say I'm a little disappointed. Gee, sorry to get your hopes up, Your Honor. Oh, I should have gone with that. Very well, let's see this evidence then. What evidence shows that the murder took place right in front of the Orca? Wait. I was gonna present this, but it's more so, if I present that, I could show it. Because it's the stone. Because there's a bloodstain on the stone. This photo indicates where we discovered luminol reactions yesterday. By accident, we got some of the luminol testing fluid on Orla. Oh, that too! I was just thinking about what killed Shipley. Like, the rock. It has the big bloodstain on top of it. I'd forgotten about the bloodstains on Orla. We were then very surprised to see luminol reactions on Orla's body. Objection! So what of it? There's nothing odd about that. As was discussed in yesterday's trial, the Orca was bleeding. Traces of the Orca's blood were also found on the skull rock. The Orca must have injured herself when she rammed the rock. So that cloud of blood Mr. Bloom saw was from Orla headbutting the skull rock, was it? Okay. Also, yeah. Orla also rammed into it. Those luminol reactions you saw on the Orca are most likely from her headbutting. Objection! But what's odd is the position of those bloodstains. Please, take a good look at the photograph. One's on, like, the front of her head, and then one's on her tail. Yesterday, Mr. Plume said the blood disappeared when Orla put on the hat. That testimony indicated that Orla's injuries were under the hat area. However, these luminol reactions are in two entirely separate areas from her injuries. These bloodstains can't be Orla's own blood from when she was headbutting. Then where did the blood come from? It's my firm belief that it's the victim's blood. The victim was killed right in front of Orla. And the victim's blood splattered onto Orla's body. Nice. Oh! That's a good strike you have, right, Dono? Now it finally all makes sense. Orla was a witness to the murder, so that's why. Wait. Orla? Oh! Well, something's wrong with Orla. What? You're right. She's listless, and she's sinking. Is that why someone tried to put her to sleep? There's one more fact that indicates Orla was a witness to the murder. There's more? The culprit was afraid Orla could somehow reveal what she witnessed. And that's why they did what they did. It's the only thing that makes sense. I have to present that evidence. That evidence that proves the culprit thought Orla was a dangerous witness. Where is it? There it is. 3 Z's. This was found in Orla's stomach. The defense would like to submit this evidence. What's this? It looks like some sort of medicine. It's a sleeping drug, Your Honor. A very powerful one. This sleeping drug was discovered in Orla's stomach yesterday. The culprit tried to drown Orla by putting her in a deep sleep. Tried to drown the Orca? But why? Right, Dono. Are you trying to tell this court that the perpetrator tried to kill the Orca off to prevent a witness from talking? Do you really expect to defeat me with that feeble attack? My sword has been drawn. I'm not about to sheathe my evidence now. Orcas have an enormous potential for intelligence. The possibility that Ola could somehow manage to reveal the truth can't be denied. The culprit believed in this possibility, and that's why they tried to kill her. Dr. Herman Crab, you purchased this sleeping drug, didn't you? Son of a gun. What? Does this mean the veterinarian tried to do away with the orca? Who but a veterinarian would better know how to disguise an orca's death? He could even prevent the police from examining Ola's body. Why, you? Are you actually accusing me of trying to murder the orca? How dare you! How dare you slander the noble profession of veterinarian? Jesus. My goodness! One could cut the tension in this courtroom with a knife. Yes, I admit to purchasing that sleeping drug. However, it was subsequently stolen from my lab. That's such a flimsy excuse. It's the truth. What else can I say? Any one of the crew members could have entered my lab. I guess that weakens my evidence quite a bit. Besides, think about it for a minute. Who was it that treated Ola after she swallowed the drug? It was I. But as I recall, it took you quite a while to get that treatment. You didn't even come on your own. We had to go get you. Son of a gun. You just remember all sorts of little details, don't you, Mr. Lawyer? The orca pool and the lab are far apart. It's little wonder he didn't know Ola's condition. Oh, but he should know. Didn't know? That's highly doubtful. As far apart as they were, Dr. Crab still had a way to know all about Ola's condition. The defense would like to submit evidence that the witness knew about Ola's condition. Oh no, we're revealing Torpedo. Whoops. The Torpedo. You will let son of a gun. You just had to bring that up, didn't you? With this advanced data system, surely you would have known Ola's condition. Wait, just 1 minute. What is this Torpedo? Dr. Crab, how dare you bring a weapon of mass destruction into my courtroom? The Torpedo, or Teleobservation Real-Time Pertinent Data Organizer, is a data system. Until yesterday, only Dr. Crab and Mr. Shipley knew about the Torpedo. It isn't legally approved in this country, so it was kept secret from the police. It's illegal? Dr. Crab, I demand an explanation. I've just realised. Snipers. Aw, that's even cuter. Oh, look at her. Oh man, the attention to detail with these animations is just the best. Sniper's so cute. Son of a gun, you and your big mouth, Mr. Lawyer. Yes, it's true. I'm using an illegal system to monitor the creatures at the aquarium. The system uses sensors like these, and yes, there's one in the aquapool room too. These sensors send sound waves through the water to gather data on the creatures. If it finds abnormalities in their condition, the Torpedo alerts me with a sound. Oh my goodness, how very high-tech. But if it's illegal, I will not turn a blind eye. This matter will be appropriately dealt with at a separate time. Now then, Mr. Wright, please continue. With the Torpedo, I'm sure Dr. Crab noticed the danger Ola was in, but he made no attempt to come to her aid on his own. And the reason for that is that Dr. Crab wanted Ola dead. The Torpedo didn't give me a warning message. That's why I didn't know there was anything wrong with Ola. The sensor in the aquapool room wasn't working during the police's investigation. Can you prove that statement? Can I? Oh great, he's gonna start laughing. Bloody hell. I love how Taco just has the eyes closed. What's with him? I guess this is also high-tech for Prosecutor Blackwell, that it's making him a little funny. Funny? Yes. I find this all very funny. Witness, those sensors send sound waves through the water, correct? Oh. But what if there isn't any water? There we go. Then they wouldn't work. They would automatically switch off. I see. And where is the sensor in the Orca pool located? It's probably high up in it. I don't know. Jack is the one who attached it for me. You don't know? Then I will tell you. The police found a sensor just like the one you just showed us. They found it attached to the table at the bottom of the pool. Oh, it's a side with... It's the side that had no water. Table? You mean the table in this photograph? That's right. Don't you get it yet, right, Dono? The table is on the Skull Rock side of the partition. It's affixed to the bottom of the pool, and it can't be moved. Oh, and so if the water was drained from the Skull Rock side of the pool, yes, the sensor would fail to work. Precisely. Without water, the torpedo sensor would not work. Witness, when did that sensor automatically switch off? Hang on, I'll look it up. The only times lately were during cleaning 2 days ago and the investigation yesterday. Of course, I knew the pool would be drained while they cleaned it. But I had no idea they drained it for the investigation. No one let me know. Let me know. That's why I didn't know about Ola's condition yesterday. So, Dr. Crab really did want to save Ola. Did you hear that right, Dono? Yes, the water can be drained without harm to the Orca if the partition is used. But if the water is drained from the Skull Rock side, the sensor turns itself off. If the sensor was always on except for during the cleaning and the investigation, it means there must have been water in the pool at all other times. It was never drained. In other words, no one but the defendant could have committed the crime. Oh no! Order. Order in the court. This completely shatters the defense's argument. But... The fact still remains that Ola was nearly killed with Dr. Crab's sleeping drug. Objection! But aren't you forgetting one important question? When was the sleeping drug given to the Orca? You're right. That hasn't been discussed yet, has it? The Orca pool is the scene of the murder. The police were there all day yesterday. The only way to give the drug to the Orca undetected is to put it in her food. Yesterday, someone gave the Orca food during the trial. Marlon. Someone did? I'm afraid I don't remember that. Yeah, he threw a bunch of fish toward her. You don't remember? You're not that old yet, are you? It was the defendant. Sasha Buckler. Wait, no one, it was Marlon. So that is the Orca that stands accused, is it? Oh, look at her. She's waving her flipper at us. Maybe she's cheering us on? Oh god. Hola, wish Phoenix anything to luck. Oh, one fish. Yeah, I'm going with Marlon, not Sasha. So your argument is that Miss Buckler is the one who gave the Orca the drug. The prosecution's argument hasn't changed. Buckler made the victim fall to his death and then manipulated the Orca to pin it on her. Still not satisfied, she further planned to kill the Orca with the sleeping drug. I didn't hear any reports of Dr. Crab feeding Ola. Maybe he didn't have a hand in Ola's attempted murder after all. But is there anybody else who could have fed Ola besides Sasha? If it's true the defendant is the one who fed the sleeping drug to the Orca, then that places even more suspicion on her than ever. The defense objects to the prosecution's claims. Well, you still haven't admitted defeat. Prosecutor Blackwell, I don't appreciate the way you only mention the parts that are convenient for you. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? The prosecutor failed to mention that Miss Buckler wasn't the only one who fed Orla. As you will all recall, there was another person who gave Orla food. Oh, you mean that person? Looks like Athena remembers now, too. Congrats, Sasha. Here we go. This is to celebrate. Eat it all up. Yeah, a fuck ton of fish. Oh, Mr. Wright. No. I don't want to believe it, either, but we can't ignore the truth. I mean, this guy's looked suspicious from the very beginning. The other person who fed Orla during the trial was... this creepy-looking mofo. He's only 21? Holy crap. Please recall when Orla was found not guilty yesterday. Marlon Rhymes gave the orca a large quantity of food. If the sleeping drug was mixed in with that food, it could be given to the orca without arousing police suspicion. Jeez. But now that you mention it, I do remember that flip-flopper feeding the orca. Oh god. So you remembered, did you? I see the time for a true sword fight has come. I call Marlon Rhymes to the stand. Mr. Lawyer? Both Miss Orca Lover and Marlon Rhymes are important members of our crew. I don't want to suspect either of them, but I'm ready to accept whatever truth you find. Here, take this. That charm. It's the charm that matches the one Azura Summers had, isn't it? So you and Miss Summers were romantically involved, weren't you, Dr. Crab? No. What? No, of course not. Sorry to disappoint you, but this doesn't belong to me. At the time, I thought it was Azura's, so I grabbed it. But it wasn't hers. Now it's up to you, Mr. Lawyer, to figure out whose charm it is. I will. Thank you, Dr. Crab. After all, I'm interested in the outcome of this trial, too. Now then, please summon Marlon Rhymes to the witness stand. I don't really know what's happened with my Android performance. I think it's ever since I updated BlueStacks. It's not like it's bad performance, it just seems like it jumps every now and again with certain frames. But it's not like it's, like, I don't know, the performance isn't super crappy. Not that you can really tell with a game like this anyway. Oh, I can't check it? That's bull. What's going on? What's everybody making that face for? I haven't been watching the trial and nobody's told me anything. Marlon Rhymes? You are under suspicion for the attempted murder of the orca. I see. Well, if it's already out... Mr. Rhymes? Is he really going to admit it? Fine. I'll tell the truth. Oh. See, he just looks suspicious. Look at him. The truth. Sasha is lying to protect the orca. At 3:30 AM on the 20th, there was still water in the orca pool. The incident happened before the orca was moved to the show pool. Orla killed the captain by bashing him 30 feet high and making him slam down on the water. So I thought the orca should pay the consequences. Okay. Okay. So... now we're back to the orca again? I did not see that testimony coming. Oh wait just 1 minute. Yesterday Orla was proven innocent. Besides, you said Orla was in the show pool during the cleaning. I lied. I didn't want to sell Sasha out. That's why I didn't tell the truth. Of course. But the fact is, all three of us, Sasha, the captain, and me, were cleaning the pool room. But Dr. Crab and Miss Buckler both said you were at the show stage. Well, the only thing Dr. Crab knew about the cleaning was what I told him. I didn't give him a whole lot of details either. Maybe he misunderstood. And Sasha is lying to protect the orca. She can't tell the truth. Sasha put blood on the skull rock herself to make a fake blood stain. I think it's pretty brave of her to let herself get arrested to protect the orca. Mr. Rhymes, how can you lie like that? It's the truth. Besides, wouldn't it be better for you if I was... if I wasn't lying. If the Orca did it, you win your case. But our case is the Orca and Sasha. What? This is all very hard to believe. But if Mr. Rhymes' story is true, Miss Buckler would be innocent and the Orca would be the killer. God fuck's sake. Meaning if we turned our backs on Orla, we could save Sasha. Having a witness lie to save your own client. What a dirty underhanded tactic, right, Dono? Wait, what?
Objection!
Ho ho ho! Don't hold me accountable. Yesterday the defense proved Orla was not guilty. We have no intention of going back on our assertions now. What are you saying, Mr. Wright? All you gotta do is admit the Orca did it, and Sasha goes free. Isn't a lawyer supposed to act in his client's best interest? Nope, I only care about the truth. But that wouldn't be acting in her interest. Miss Buckler believes Orla is innocent. And we, of course, believe that Miss Buckler herself is innocent too. Acting in the client's best interest is an important part of our job as lawyers. Using dirty means to win a verdict would destroy our client's faith in us. That's right. There we go. Widget's got a face again, at least. We believe in both Miss Buckler and Orla's innocence. Huh? I just don't understand how you can treat a human and an Orca equally. Sasha or the Orca, you can only save one of them. I don't know about that. I think I can save them both. All I have to do is disprove your testimony. Oh yeah? Then go ahead and try. I will do just that. If I can't tear down his testimony, I won't be able to save both of them. I have to find a weak spot and start tearing. Yeah, rip at him! Cross-examination! Begin. I was about to say, where's the music? Sasha's lying to protect the Orca? How do you know? Tell me. What exactly do you claim Miss Buckler is lying about? Sasha put that bloodstain on the skull rock and stuff herself as false evidence. She left fake traces to try and save the Orca. Whoops, I just scrolled. Whatever, it worked. Witness, if you keep talking nonsense, I will seal your mouth shut. The defense supports the prosecution's idea. But Mr. Wright, my testimony helps your client. You ought to be happy. I want to save both Orla and Miss Buckler. I won't accept anything less. Now that that's understood, please continue with your testimony. Maybe it's actually just... It's not an issue with the emulator, or it's not an issue with BlueStacks, it's just an issue with the game, maybe? I don't know. Fine. Because now that I'm looking, like, more closely, it seems fine with certain things. The only thing that slightly... or seems to have the most issues is when it does the camera pan. Basically near the crowd. Because it usually... it doesn't skip, but it, like... I don't know, it's hard to explain what the hell happens. Whatever. I shouldn't be having issues with BlueStacks though. I've got it cranked up to the max settings. Meaning, using all my cores and a quarter of my RAM, so it should be fine. When the victim was killed, how much water was in the pool? Plus, this isn't a demanding game, so you know. It was before the pool was drained for cleaning, so it was full. You went into the Orca pool room and saw this for yourself. I mean, you notice it with the text, because some of it just, like, appears, as opposed to most of it just, like, coming on periodically. Dr. Crab said that you were at the show stage. But it's possible that Dr. Crab was misinformed, or that he misunderstood. The witness already explained this. Why are you taking his meaningless... why are you taking this meaningless tack? If you want to play games, Taka here would be more than happy to play with you. We'd better be careful how we press the witness. Taka is watching us like a hawk. Witness, continue. I want to keep badgering him. Why not? So the incident happened before the Orca was moved to the show pool. So you're saying the incident took place before the cleaning began? Yeah, I guess so. The captain, Sasha and I were going to do the cleaning together. It's much more efficient than trying to have just one person do it alone. In the defense's case, however, more lawyers means simply more lawyers, nothing more. What? You want to talk? All you have on your side is a cantankerous bird. What about me? I'm up here all alone. You people done. You need the witness to keep you focused? For shame, right, Dono? Hey, I was the only one who kept my mouth shut. Anyway, the incident happened in the Orca pool before the cleaning got started. She killed the captain by bashing him 30 feet high. Wait, is that even possible? No, because the captain fell 65 feet. Wait, was there anything? Shipley's dead. Oh, there we go. There we go. Contusion from thought to be from 65 foot fall into pool. Ceiling to pool bottom is 100 foot. Oh, there you go. So he literally couldn't have done that. Yeah, because it would have to have been... She'd have had to spike to the captain from 65 feet in the air. There we go. Objection! Why are you lying? Oh, there we go. When lies are piled on top of each other, contradictions start to emerge. This time is no different. Are you saying there's some kind of inconsistency in my testimony? Indeed. That's exactly what I'm saying. You claimed that the victim was sent flying about 30 feet into the air. Wait, the pool's 65 feet. But the autopsy report states that the cause of death was thought to be from a 65-foot fall. My name on Xbox is the same as my name on... well, everything. My username on YouTube is my username on Xbox. What? Additionally, in your testimony a moment ago, you said at 3:30 AM on the 20th, there was still water in the Orca pool. The pool is about 65 feet deep, and there's about 30 feet between the water and the ceiling. If the pool was full of water as you claimed, it would be impossible for the victim to fall about 65 feet, as the autopsy states. Oh! Caught out. Yeah, it's usually doing this camera angle. There you go. It just like jumps, but I don't really know why. Mr. Rhymes claimed he was in the Orca pool room so he could make these statements. But the truth must be, he was at the show stage just as Dr. Crab and Sasha testified. I believe that brings us back around to the Orca didn't do it. I didn't believe the witness's testimony from the outset. I am grateful to you, right, Dono, for shutting the witness up. As I thought, the only person who could have killed the victim is Sasha Buckler. That fact still remains, whether the witness was the one who tried to kill the Orca or not. Son of a gun. Mr. Rhymes was right about one thing. His testimony was advantageous to our case, but pointing out the contradiction in his statement will only drive us into a corner. As Prosecutor Blackwell said, suspicion against Miss Buckler is now deepened. Great. Uh-oh. If I don't do something fast, the judge is gonna find Sasha guilty. Oh, I thought I clicked. Mr. Wright, isn't there anything we can do? There has to be a way to prove Sasha is innocent. At a time like this, the thing to do is turn my thinking around. Yeah, of course. Instead of trying to prove that Sasha couldn't have done it, I have to think about what made it possible for somebody else to have done it. So, as long as the crime scene is the Orca pool room, then Sasha is the only one who could have committed the crime. What if it was the show pool room? No need for pity, your baldness. Just finish him off with a swift verdict. It appears the defense has no objections. Very well, I will give my verdict. Like I said, do not be so quick, Your Honor. Please hold off on that verdict. But you were so quiet, Mr. Wright. Do you have something to say now? Oh, you bet your ass I do. The defense has a counter-argument. You do? Pitiful. Such desperation. You look pale. Are you sure you're prepared to make this counter-argument? The lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. I'll never forget those words no matter how many years go by. Even though it's probably just a bluff, I'll give it to them with a smile. Hey! What if the scene of the crime was somewhere else? The scene of the crime? somewhere else. What? You're finding fault with the police investigation now? As I understand it, the prosecution's argument is as follows. The scene of the crime was the Orca pool room. Only the defendant and victim entered that room when there was no water in the pool. Therefore, only the defendant could have committed the crime. That is correct. But if the scene of the crime was not the Orca pool room, then somebody other than the defendant could have committed the crime. Are you sure you know where you're going with this? Nope. I might not be too sure, but I can't back down now. Mr. Wright, I hope that I'm wrong, but this isn't one of your bluffs by any chance. Haha, of course not. The judge knows me far too well. And do you have a theory on where the actual scene of the crime was? Yes, of course. Think, Phoenix, think. Think of a place, other than the Orca pool room, where one could fall to one's death. Well, funnily enough, there are 2 pools that are about 65 feet deep. Then by all means, please, share your theory with the court. You got it, your baldness. Where was the real scene of the murder? Oh, well, luckily it put it right there for me. Ding ding! What? Can I not just click present? Poof. Nope. Fine. Whatever. The show stage pool might have been drained of water at some point as well. And if so, it would be just as possible to fall to one's death there as the Orca pool. Right, Dono. What you're doing is a disgrace to your profession. I sincerely hope you have some basis for what you're suggesting. Of course I do. I will, as soon as I think of something. The victim's body was found in the Orca pool. How do you explain that? Give me a chance to explain and I'll tell you. How about if, after the victim was killed in the show stage pool, his body was moved to the Orca pool? How about if? What kind of presentation of your argument is that? You had better have a reasonable explanation of how the body was moved. There's no turning back now. I have to think of a way the body could have been moved. Alright, nice. Will admit, I don't play multiplayer stuff or anything. But it's fine. I appreciate you adding me. Was there something at the scene that could have been used to move the body? Yes, the crane. Oh, now I can probably just click. Nope. Alright, whatever. Crane! The hoist runs between the Orca pool room and the show stage. The stretcher can be hung from the hoist to move things like Orla or the Skull Rock. The stretcher could also have been used to move the dead body. Yes, if the stretcher can move the Orca or the Skull Rock, it seems likely it could also move a dead body as well. Wow, somehow that worked. I just might be able to pull this off. Just maybe. If the show pool was the scene of the crime, somebody else could have done it.
Objection!
Yeah, of course. You desperately spew conjecture, and now you even make up a crime scene. And there go the chains. Shite. Ah! Not again! You don't have the soul of a warrior. You don't deserve to be on the battlefield. And even your fabrication is half-baked. It's a disgrace. What do you mean, half-baked? The hoist can be operated from the Orca pool room only. Yeah. Crap. And the only person who entered the Orca pool room was the defendant. So even if the body was moved, the only one who could have moved it was the defendant herself. My hair! Okay, at least it didn't cut my hair. Phew! My beautiful hair! Order, so it comes back to the defendant no matter which pool it was. Meaning, I can't clear Sasha either way. Sasha said she moved Orla in the Skull Rock. And I believe her. So could it be possible that she moved the body herself without being aware of it? Is that right? Do you have an objection to Prosecutor Blackwell's claim? Do I have an objection to the claim that the defendant moved the body? No. Could the body have been inside the rock? I have no objections. Miss Buckler must have been the one who moved the body. What? Mr. Wright, are you admitting the defendant committed the murder? No. I'm simply conceding that she was the only one who could have moved the body. However, I contend Miss Buckler was not aware that that is what she was doing. The culprit made her move it, unbeknownst to her. The defendant moved a dead body without recognizing that it was a dead body? How could that be possible? Stuffing it inside something? The body was found in the alcohol. It must have been moved there somehow. I might find some kind of hint in the thing she moved with the stretcher. The rock. Oh my god, how obvious do they make it? The culprit made Miss Buckler move the body along with this piece of evidence. Take that! The skull rock. Miss Buckler told me yesterday that she moved the skull rock when she was cleaning. The only two things Miss Buckler moved to the alcohol are Orla and the skull rock. I would like to suggest that the victim's body may have been inside the skull rock. What? Hidden inside the rock, the body could have been moved to the alcohol with the hoist. At the show stage, Marlon Rhymes loaded up the skull rock with the body inside. And then he used the walkie-talkie to let Miss Buckler know the rock was loaded. Miss Buckler operated the hoist from the alcohol room and moved the stretcher. She moved the rock without knowing the body was inside. You really think there's enough space inside the skull rock to place a body? The swashbuckler flyer indicates it could be possible. Captain Ola has a new rival, Red Stash. Oh, can they get the coins inside of the skull rock? Please focus on the question at the bottom left. Who will obtain the gold coins hidden in the skull rock? Oh, it says who will obtain the gold coins hidden in the skull rock. Sheesh. In that case, I suppose the rock is most likely hollow. What's more, if the body was inside the skull rock, it explains the remaining unanswered questions. Such as... Please, take a look at the security footage of the scene Mr. Plume witnessed. Yeah, how the body just emerged from the water. Where did the body that Mr. Plume saw come from? Please recall. What was Ola doing to the skull rock at this time? She was headbutting it. Oh! That's right. Ola's ramming released the body from the skull rock. The body had been placed inside the skull rock and moved there from the show stage. I assert that the real murder scene was, in fact, the show stage pool.
Silence.
What rubbish is this now? You don't have a single scrap of evidence.
Objection!
It's easy enough to verify what I say. Take a look inside the skull rock for yourself. You should find some kind of proof that the body was there. Blood, fibers, hair... Right, Dono. Oh yeah. I'm one hell of an adversary. Mr. Wright, that was incredible. You turned things around completely around. And to think, it all started with that half-baked bluff too. Whew, that was a close one. Did you really have to add that last bit? If the murder took place at the show stage, then who is the perpetrator? It is, naturally, the person who was at the show stage. Da-da! Mr. Rhymes? Weren't you the one who loaded the skull rock onto the stretcher at the show stage? Wow, Mr. Wright. That was some pretty smart brain work you did there. To be honest, I never thought you could figure it out. I tried to protect myself, but I guess it came back to bite me. Are you confessing you gave false testimony before, Mr. Rhymes? That's perjury. Yeah, what Mr. Wright says is true. The body was inside the skull rock. And it's true the captain was killed in the show pool too. What? He's admitting it that easily? This time, I'm going to tell you the whole truth about what happened that day. Hey, Ultimate Skyhawk. It's going pretty good, thanks. How about yourself? The whole truth. In the show pool, the orca shot the captain up into the air. Then the captain came down and slammed into the water. I can still remember the spectators' screams clearly. All Sasha did was move the body. She was trying to protect the Orca. Wait, why did he mention spectators? That sucks. I hope you feel better soon. When Mr. Plume witnessed the Orca finding the body, I freaked. Spectators? Spectators? That makes it sound like an audience. Unless he means like a spectator as in like himself and Sasha. But that's hardly spectators. What a weird word to use. So now we're back to the Orca again, I see. If you're going to give testimony like that, why did I bother putting you on the stand? All I'm doing is telling the truth. That day, Sasha wanted to do the old version of the Swashbuckler Spectacular. So I suggested she hide the body in the Skull Rock and move it to the Orca pool. I was gonna figure... Oh, pardon me. Pardon me. I was going to figure out what to do with the body after the show was over. The Orca is the one that killed the captain. It wasn't me and it wasn't Sasha. You really just want to pin it on the Orca. So it's Mr. Rhymes' idea to hide the body in the Skull Rock. But if Mr. Rhymes is the culprit, why would he protect Sasha? False charges against Sasha would mean he himself would escape suspicion, so why? Mr. Wright, how about if you leave this to me? Athena, do you mean you heard something? Yep. Noise. Discord in Mr. Rhymes' heart. So that means somewhere in his testimony there's an inconsistency in his emotions. Alright then, alright Athena, give him a good counselling session. You got it, boss. Oh yeah! Let's do it. Woohoo! Huh? What's this? What are you getting, Athena? This testimony is pretty complex. Feelings of deep sadness and intense anger are being called up. Those two emotions appear to be running out of control. Out of control emotions? Is that going to be a problem? I have played Halo 5, yeah. A while ago. A long time ago, actually. Now we'll have to probe that cause if we want to get to his true emotions and testimony. There might even be odd or unnatural spots of it in his testimony he isn't even aware of. Well, like the spectators. Alright, let's probe the cause of his out-of-control emotions then. I'll explain how to probe. Let's find the root cause together. When you see something off in a statement, tap the probe button. Next, point to what is causing Mr. Ryan's out-of-control emotions. Finally, tap the probe button to complete the process. When emotions are out of control, memories can be recalled incorrectly. Still haven't found anything? After all the statements and images, I'll help. Great, alright. I'll get started comparing the statement with the images. Okay, let's do it. Okay. Intense anger and intense sadness. Holy crap. So they're like at max. So in the show pool, the Orca shot the captain up into the air. Then the captain came down and slammed into the water. I can still remember the spectator screams. There we go. That's the thing that I don't understand. Why are there spectators? Yeah, why is there an audience? As soon as he mentioned spectators, I was like, that's an odd thing to say. I doubt there were any spectators there at the show stage when the owner died. If there had been, those witnesses would have told us the true crime scene right away. What? Oh, right. Of course. I just made a mistake. Oh, that was easy. Jesus. Okay, that made the sadness subside. So maybe the spectator's part was what was making him sad. I wonder why he would make that mistake, saying spectators were there. How strange. The only thing I can think of is that he was mixing up one memory with another. Rifle the Penguin was the murderer. Like, he was in a similar situation before, and it was deeply imprinted on his heart. A situation where an Orca killed somebody, and there were spectators there. Hey, I think I know why he's mixing up his memories. The reason why Mr. Rhymes mixed up his memories is... Oh. Wait. It's the book. The Killer Whale.
Take that!
Mr. Rhymes, I think I know what happened. Could you have been mixing up what happened a year ago with this incident? Maybe that's why you slipped and said the owner was killed in front of spectators. What? How did you... You're right. I did see the orca killed somebody a year ago. But what about it? I was just one of the spectators. Really? Just another spectator? There must be a reason why you feel great sadness about that incident last year.
Silence.
Stop this nonsensical scrutiny of feelings. Just present evidence to prove your point. Okay, I probably won't be on my Xbox for a while. Because my only plan for today is to finish this case, and then do another session of Steins Gate, because I want to finish another ending on that. But boss, do we have any kind of evidence that would back us up here? There is one piece that comes to mind that might explain his sadness. Well, I'm waiting. Let's see this evidence that has to do with Marlon Rhymes' sadness. The charm!
Take that!
Azora Summers died an accidental death 1 year ago. This is her boyfriend's charm. Hey, what are you doing with that charm? It was found in Rifle's stomach yesterday. Judging by your reaction, I believe this charm belongs to you. I guess I need to push him just a little harder to make him admit it. When Mr. Rhymes said the word charm, he was very rattled. We'd better examine this charm a little more. Good idea. Let's look inside it. Huh? What's this? A photograph? Oh, he is the boyfriend. Oh, they look so happy. Hey, this is... Azora Summers and Marlon Rhymes. Mr. Rhymes, you and Azora Summers were a couple, weren't you? So what if we were a couple? Doesn't have anything to do with the captain's case. You believe you saw the orca kill your girlfriend. That's the cause of your sadness. Isn't that emotion of yours connected to the current case?
Silence.
The only thing you revealed was the witness's relationship with the victim a year ago. What does the witness's past have to do with the case at hand? I don't know yet. But I'll find out. But we managed to pinpoint the source of his sadness. Now let's delve into who Mr. Rhymes is angry at. The orca shot the captain up into the air. Okay. Captain came down, slammed into the water. Oh yeah, the spectators no longer exist. Oh, I can still remember the captain's dead body clearly. All Sasha did was move the body. She was trying to protect the orca. When Mr. Plume witnessed the orca finding the body, I freaked. I'm gonna say, who's he angry at? I would probably have to guess Ola. Mr. Rhymes, you're angry with Ola, aren't you? Angry? At an orca? Why would I be? If you think I have some reason to be mad, then show me some proof. Do I have proof that Mr. Rhymes has a reason to be mad? I've got your proof. I bet that evidence we just took a look at will come in handy here. My god, do they have to be so hand-holdy? Jesus. This charm indicates that you were Azora Summer's boyfriend. I'm sure you believe Ola killed your girlfriend a year ago. You lost your girlfriend, and so you've been angry at Ola. Alright, I'll admit it. I'll never forgive that orca. Azora is dead and that orca is still swimming around happy as a clam. I became an animal keeper just so I could prove that orca is a killer. You're right, I want that orca to pay. There, do you feel good dragging up a person's past? But it still doesn't change anything. Still not down to 0, Jesus. Ah, he's right. I disagree, it does change things. His out-of-control emotion quieted down. Now we should be able to find out the truth behind that emotion. Wait, so now we can actually do like a proper? Oh, there we go. Perfect. So in the show pool, the orca shot the captain up into the air. Right, so now I'm just looking for an emotion that doesn't match. Then the captain came down and slammed into the water. I can still remember it clearly. All Sasha did was move the body. She was trying to protect the orca. When Mr. Plume witnessed the orca finding the body, I freaked. Oh, there we go. He ain't shocked. Yeah. He should have been surprised. When Mr. Plume witnessed the orca finding the body, you freaked? Really? What are you getting at? With Mr. Plume as a witness, Ola was guaranteed to be accused of the murder. Didn't it work out exactly as you'd hoped? In order to have Ola put down, you made sure Mr. Plume witnessed that scene. Oh god. Ew, his face. There we go, we got it. Bye-bye. So, you figured all that out, did you? Mr. Rhymes? Are you admitting it? I didn't really want to have to fight anybody but the orca. But you leave me no choice. Oh, what the fuck? Holy crap. What? What? Holy shit, he's jacked. Wow. What? Oh my god, I have no words. What the fuck just happened? You went from a guy built like me to someone who's jacked as fuck. And all he did was drink... I don't know, actually. What was in that barrel? Where'd he get the fish from? Okay. Jesus. Now it's time to get serious. Oh, he also raps. Oh my god. I would actually try and read this, but there's no way I'd be quick enough. Bro, I'm ready for the showdown. What the hell just happened? What is going on? Where did this pirate fellow come from? He looks like a completely different person. Look at him! I'm so confused. Where'd he get the fish? Order. If we don't have order, Prosecutor Blackwell will yell at us. I think Blackwell's also shocked. This guy's ripped. Even Prosecutor Blackwell is at a loss for words. Not surprised. Look at him! So I plan to have that wench be a witness. You caught me out. It be true, I thought that orca's murderous ways should be found out. That be why I schemed to have De Plume see the body. Oh, this DLC is awesome. It's one of the best cases in the game, honestly. It's so bizarre, but incredible. Anyway, how's it going? So you admit it, you deliberately framed Ola. It be true. But what skin be that off of anybody's nose? That orca be a murdering scurvy dog. God, he became a full-fledged pirate. I may have a grudge against that orca, but I always felt grateful toward the captain. I don't know. I'm still shocked at how buff he became. My god. All he did was drink, I'm assuming, like, water. Actually, we don't really know what was in that barrel. Could have been anything. Wasn't that what the fish were in? Ooh. The orca murdered Azora and the captain, so of course, she should walk the plank. I don't have a response to that. I agree it wouldn't make any sense for him to kill the owner. Why would he? But his hatred for Ola, on the other hand, comes through loud and clear. Wait a minute. If killing Mr. Shipley doesn't make sense, who would it make sense for Rhymes to kill? Ola? Maybe my theory has been all wrong. Your Honor, I think I just became aware of a new fact. Oh, and what is that? Now that we know about Mr. Rhymes's intense hatred of Ola, it turns the premise we've been arguing under on its ear. I will now reveal the identity of the individual Mr. Rhymes meant to kill from the start. Oh no. He meant to kill Ola? Did Shipley die, like... Was it accidental? Like, in trying to kill Ola, he ended up killing Shipley instead? I mean, yeah, it was Orla he was trying to kill. What? So the witness's intent was to kill the Orca? Exactly. The witness's intended victim was not Jack Shipley. From the start, it was all a scheme to kill Orla. The Orca was his true target, but Jack Shipley is the one who died. The Orca is alive and quite well. He's right. He wanted to kill the Orca, and yet it was Jack Shipley who fell to his death. How did that happen? I think we literally just mentioned it. He fell to his death. Wait a minute. What if Mr. Rhymes wanting to kill Orla was somehow connected to Mr. Shipley's death? At a loss for words, are you? What happened to your bravado a moment ago? Or of a moment ago? Enough of these reckless words, without any basis in fact. Ooh. They aren't reckless words. The basis for my claim is... Oh, is that the real murder scene? The show pool? What are you talking about? It's my contention that two incidents happened at the show pool. The attempted murder of the Orca, and the victim falling to his death. First of all, in order to kill the Orca, Mr. Rhymes removed something from the scene. And by so doing... Oh, wait. Wouldn't by doing so make more sense? Whatever. He made it possible for Mr. Shipley to fall to his death. What did he remove? The water, of course. This is what Mr. Rhymes removed in an attempt to kill Orla. I can literally just do that. Boop. The water! Don't tell me you're trying to claim he tried to kill the Orca by draining the pool water. That's exactly what I'm claiming. To help the defendant with the cleaning, Marlon Rhymes took charge of Orla, with the plan to kill Orla in the show pool. Because the pool water was drained, he fell to his death. It made it possible for Jack Shipley to fall to his death in the show pool. Jesus. Was that Marlon? Who said hold it? What the fuck? Oh god! Ah crap, I didn't get to read it, I clicked. So what did he say? I tried to kill the Orca, you say? Can you even prove there was nary a drop of water in the pool? That day I was simply looking after the Orca. Why would I have the monstrous thought of killing it? Oi, oi, oi. You claim you were looking after Orla in the early morning hours of July 20th. Yeah, just a tad. Just biting into a fish, constantly. Ugh, lovely. But I don't think you were doing a very good job at it. After all, Orla wasn't given anything to eat during that time. How would you know such a thing? Torpedo! I know because of Orla's record here in the Torpedo data system. This system continuously records data on the subject it monitors. From Orla's record, we can tell exactly when she ate, or didn't eat. Sink me! Nobody ever told me about that dastardly contraption. Only a few of Shipshape Aquarium staff knew about this system. According to Orla's record, she never ate in those early morning hours of the 20th. You planned to kill Orla, and that's why you didn't feed her.
Silence.
You're wasting time. What proof do you have of that? Perhaps the Orca simply wasn't hungry. He's right. I don't have any proof. If Orla simply didn't eat, then that would create an inconsistency. Where did her fish go? Her fish? Good question. Where did it disappear to? Fish? What does it matter? What relevance does it have to the case? Cease this stalling by asking inconsequential questions. Stop delving into the depths of the Orca's stomach and delve into the case instead. But wait, it may seem like a small inconsistency, but it's an issue of great importance, I think. What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? Oh, you'll find out, Judgy. Oh, how could the fish disappear? Somebody must have eaten it. So who came to the show stage and ate all his fish? I think I might have a pretty good idea. I believe there must have been a visitor to the show stage that Mr. Rhymes didn't notice. Visitor? Are you trying to introduce yet another suspect at this 11th hour? If you utter more of your careless remarks, Taka won't look favourably upon it. I don't plan to utter any careless remarks. Whether my remarks will actually be related to the case or not, I don't yet know. Don't worry, boss. If Taka comes this way, I'll fend him off. But do try to keep your remarks careful. Somehow, all his fish disappeared. Somebody must have visited the show stage, but who? This was the visitor to the show stage. Herman Crab. Yep, Herman, he loves those fish. No, obviously it's Rifle. There's even evidence it was Rifle. I believe Rifle the Penguin visited the show stage. First an orca, now a penguin? Why would you be saying such a thing, Mr. Lawyer? I didn't see Rifle during the wee early morning hours. Do you have any proof Rifle visited the show stage? If you be a lawyer of any sort, show me your evidence. The bottom of Rifle's feet were pink for some reason. That fact is a clue that Rifle was indeed at the show stage. I have to present that piece of evidence that connects Rifle to the show stage. Now to prove I'm a lawyer worth my salt. This is the proof that Rifle visited the show stage. The sign! Where the sign? There it is. Ta-da! Handmade sign. Oh my! What a cute little sign! Look at all of those adorable stars. These stars are actually starfish. Miss Buckler painted this sign. And she left it to dry. In the early morning hours of the 20th, she left this sign at the show stage to dry. Mr. Rhymes kept an eye on the sign for Miss Buckler while the paint was drying. Aye, that be true. But what be your point? On this sign is proof that Rifle visited the show stage. Proof of the penguin's visit? I'm afraid I don't see it. Oh, you will. Where is this proof that the penguin visited the show stage? Please, point it out. Oh, you got it. Bada boom! Bada bing. They don't look much like starfish. A couple of the pink starfish are shaped a little differently from the others. Ah, you're right. They look almost like little leaves. Rifle had pink paint on the bottom of her feet. These little leaf-like shapes on this sign are actually Rifle's footprints. Rifle made these footprints by walking on the sign before it was dry. Ho-ho! What cute little penguin prints. So there are footprints. What of them? Marlon Rhymes was watching over this sign at the show stage while the paint dried. And during that time, the penguin paid a visit. According to the torpedo data system... Oops. We know that Rifle ate something that morning of the 20th. Most likely, Rifle ate the fish meant for Orla that was at the show stage. Orla's snack was a small quantity of fish. Even a penguin could have eaten it all. Begad! Rifle ate Orla's fish. Who be ye to say Rifle ate Orla's fish? She could have picked up food anywhere. But that doesn't change the fact that I really was at the show stage. After all, I had to help move the Skull Rock. It couldn't have been moved without me. The witness claims he never saw the penguin. How do you explain this contradiction? Both Mr. Rhymes and Rifle were at the show stage, but Mr. Rhymes didn't see her. So where could Mr. Rhymes have been at that time? Right, Dono. If you aren't up to the task, I could disprove this witness's testimony for you. Also, I don't really know what you're trying to ask. If you're asking me if I'm going to play Halo 5, the answer's no. I have other games I want to play today, and I'm currently in the middle of playing one. If I leave it to Prosecutor Blackwell, Sasha will get declared guilty. I can't let him interrupt this line of reasoning. I also don't think I have Halo 5 installed, which would mean I'd have to install a 100 gig game, which I don't really fancy doing. Mr. Right, let's try and figure out how things looked when Rifle came to the show stage. Mr. Rhymes was at the show stage, keeping an eye on Orla and the sign. And we know it must be true, because he helped move the Skull Rock. Then Rifle came in and walked over the sign. But wouldn't Mr. Rhymes notice Rifle if he was there? Well, let's think about where Mr. Rhymes could have been. Is there a place in the show stage area from which Rifle couldn't have been seen? Yes. In the water, or more so at the bottom of the pool. What? Inside the pool? But you're right, if he was inside the pool, he wouldn't have noticed Rifle. So you're saying Mr. Rhymes was underwater the whole time Rifle was eating? The water wasn't there. Not underwater. When I think about what he was trying to do, the answer is clear. Now I'm finally starting to get the whole picture. Just like yesterday. Must you two always be whispering to each other? I forgot he broke his chains. Why don't you admit that resorting to a penguin will get you nowhere?
Objection!
Hey, these are, you know, substantiated claims. We're not just talking bullshit here. Oh, I don't know about that. The fact that Mr. Rhymes didn't notice Rifle is such a small inconsistency. But it's a key point that proves what Mr. Rhymes was trying to do. The penguin is a key point. The show stage pool is very deep. If Rifle came to visit while Mr. Rhymes was at the bottom of this pool, he would have never noticed Rifle. Uh-oh. Orcas can be out of the water for a short time without sustaining damage. But if they're out of the water for a long time, they weaken and eventually die. In order to kill Orla, Mr. Rhymes had to drain the pool. And while the pool was drained of water, Mr. Shipley fell to his death. The show stage pool is about 65 feet deep, just like the Orca pool. Without water in the pool, a person could be made to fall 65 feet. Uh-oh. It's all falling apart, Rhymes. Mr. Rhymes probably wondered what to do. If he continued with this plan to kill Orla, how would he dispose of Mr. Shipley's body? So he devised a plan to kill two birds with one stone. What? How? Mr. Rhymes went down to the bottom of the pool and put the victim's body in the rock. And then had Miss Buckler move the rock and the body together.
Silence.
The witness made the defendant do this somehow without arousing her suspicion. That's right. Mr. Shipley told Miss Buckler that she couldn't perform in the new show. Oops. Miss Buckler became upset and wanted to switch back to the old version of the show. So Mr. Rhymes conveniently suggested that she take and hide a prop for the new show. Mr. Rhymes then manipulated Orla, using her singing and lifesaver tricks. He schemed to have Orla find the body while Mr. Plume would be standing witness. He saddled Orla with the false charge of murder so that Orla would be put down. He wondered what he could do and took steroids. Yeah, look at him! Oh god! Ew, he just bled from his, like, holes. So the fact that the witness didn't see the penguin shows that when Rifle visited the show stage, Rhymes was putting the body in the rock. At the bottom of the pool, that is. Who would have thought the presence of a penguin could prove the witness's actions? It's working. Just a little farther now, and Sasha will be proven not guilty.
Silence.
If you think you've won this battle, you are sorely mistaken. Your theory is based on the notion that the witness could manipulate the Orca. Witness, can you control the Orca's actions? Don't even deny it, dude. I know you can. Of course not. What kind of bilge be that? I be but a simple animal keeper. You are also Azura Summer's boyfriend. You know, the person that she kept sending videos to? If my memory serves. Wasn't Miss Buckler the only one who could issue commands to the Orca? Yeah, but that's not true. Uh-oh. Although that's the impasse we're gonna reach at this point. The judge's blade is sharper than the lawyer's. If you wish to do battle with a witness, you'll need a honed blade. Where's your sword of evidence that Marlon Rhymes could manipulate the Orca? My hair! Thankfully, another one just comes back. Conveniently. Crap. Rhymes had to have manipulated Orla in order for his plan to work. But how can I prove it? Well, it appears this line of reasoning has become unsustainable.
Objection!
Oh. Well, it appears that I was mistaken. Athena? I've analysed the hearts of all kinds of people. I've had enough experience to see when I look into into your heart that you haven't given up. So that objection was my way of speaking up for your heart. Okay. She's right. Why would I become a lawyer again, only to give up? I have to keep fighting. Athena, thank you. With your help, I've remembered the old right way. The right way. What is this right way? Your Honor, I'm not finished with presenting my argument. Do you have anything else to ask this witness? You've cross-examined all the witnesses and presented all your evidence.
Objection!
There's one. All the witnesses? Oh no, I know where this is heading. I don't think so. I haven't cross-examined the most important one, the central figure in both cases. The central figure? It is, it's gotta be. Oh, why? The one involved in not only the case a year ago, but in this current case too. I've never called her as a witness, but it's time to do so now. Who are you talking about? I demand you tell the court immediately. Who is this central figure in both cases? Oh my god, I can't believe we're doing this.
Take that!
The Orca! The defense calls the central figure in both cases all of the Orca. You intend to cross-examine an Orca? Cross-examine an Orca? You must be addled. It'd be impossible, says I. Oh, fuck's sake. This absurdity is beyond the pale. For once I agree. How do you expect to question an Orca, a creature incapable of speech?
Objection!
Ola is intricately involved in this case. I have every right to cross-examine her. Oh my god. Besides, even if she can't speak, I think cross-examining her will be invaluable. Yeah. We get to see her cute face. Again. Very well. Do what you will then. But if you fail to garner anything from this little exercise with the Orca, I hope you realise the reward for your efforts will be the defendant's guilty verdict. Understood. I'm ready and confident. So, cross-examining Ola, huh? That was a bold move, boss. Now all we have to do is figure out how Mr. Rhymes manipulated Ola. That's right. Now it's Ola's turn to help us save Sasha. An Orca defendant yesterday, an Orca witness today. This is truly unprecedented. But even though this is highly unusual, I'm prepared to allow it. Bailiff, ready the witness telecast. We'll have a 10-minute recess while the telecast is being set up. Oh, wow. The absurdity never ends. Oh, god. To be continued. Holy crap, that took an hour and a half. Jesus. I thought I'd be over with it in like an hour. Not an hour, in like 2 hours. Oh well. Okay. Whew. Oh, that's why I love these games. So who do we talk to outside of here? Yeah, flashback to Polly. Polly was an incredibly brief cross-examination though. I think it's purely because in the first game we were trying to get one specific piece of testimony out of her, but we never did. But yeah, that was also absurd. And great. Whew. Leave it to you to think of something like calling Ola, Mr. Wright. Well, she's the only one who knows all the answers after all. I just talked to Pearls, and she said, Ola seems to be feeling fine. Now we have to try and figure out how Mr. Rhymes manipulated Ola. If we put Mr. Rhymes and Ola together, maybe we can get some kind of clue? And I can't forget about that strange set of prints of Rhymes's either. I really appreciate your trying to save both Ola and me. I had no idea Marlon hated Ola like that. I feel like I've been shocked by a torpedo ray. Of course he would hate the killer whale that murdered his girlfriend right in front of him. Oh, Mr. Bloom. You've been watching the trial? Oh yes, I came to make a declaration of war. A declaration of war? No matter what the result of today's trial, I will report the truth in my new book. Even if that truth goes against what I wrote in The Killer Whale. I don't know what the truth is. Not even about what happened a year ago. Dr. Crab. Azura died right in front of my eyes, in the middle of a pirate show. She suddenly fell from the orca's back and began to thrash around in pain. The orca was singing a song and then started headbutting Azura over and over. Finally, the orca took Azura in her mouth and brought her to the side of the pool. Just before she died, Azura was holding her chest, in obvious pain. She was holding her chest. Wait a minute, could it be? I don't think Ola was to blame for that incident a year ago either. What? Remember what Apollo told us. I think the cause of Miss Summer's death might have been her heart condition. Heart condition? What heart condition? I never heard anything about it. Miss Summers had a prescription with Hickfield Clinic for a heart condition. The orca didn't kill her. I think it's possible her heart condition did. What? Azura had a heart condition too? I guess she hid it from everybody. Just like I did. So that means... the orca was innocent a year ago too. It's just a theory, but I think the orca headbutted Azura to check on her. And then did the lifesaver trick to rescue her. So there was no need to put the orca down after all. So, you really did intend to put Ola down? No, Jack and I were against such a thing from the start. You said you were going to euthanize the orca. Yeah, I've been wondering about that. Dr. Crab, about this capsule. It's not a poison, but a sleeping drug, right? That's right. Even if Ola attacks someone. Or even if the Center for Dangerous Animal Control demands she be put down. I never had any intention of killing her. I would use sleeping pills to make it look like she was dead and then set her free. That's why I purchased so many sleeping capsules. Oh, that's why. I never considered the possibility that that poor woman's death was an illness. She seems pretty disturbed to be wrong. I simply want to know the truth. That is why I will tell you who my client is. The day I witnessed the owner's death, I was there at the request of the animal keeper. Marlon! Marlon Rhymes. That is correct. That day my client called me to ask me to investigate the orca pool. He must have wanted you to witness what Ola was going to do. Why did you decide to tell us this? My desire to protect my client was standing in the way of the truth. I couldn't allow that. I will be watching to see how this all unfolds. Good luck to you. Blue and yellow duo. I like her. Well, that was quite a bombshell she just dropped. And so casually, too. That one really is a free spirit. Do you remember what you said yesterday, Mr. Lawyer? That you'd expose any secret if it would help save Sasha? I remember. It's my duty as a lawyer. Well, I just wanted you to know that I don't blame you for exposing the aquarium secret. It may put me in hot water, but if it helps save the orca... Let me clue you in on another secret. Focus on the orca's song. The orca's song, huh? What could he be hinting at? Oh, Mr. Wright. Looks like it's time. Alright, let's go back in. Let's do this. You got it, boss. We're gonna go in there and save Sasha and Ola together. Oh god, my throat. All this reading's starting to get to me. The court will now reconvene. Is the witness Aura Shipley, commonly known as Ola, ready? Well, the orca is present, but I highly doubt she understands what's going on. Oh, look at her! Oh, oh, just as adorable as yesterday. I distinctly remember you being afraid of her on several occasions. Now then, Mr. Wright, how do you propose to cross-examine the witness? I intend to have the young lady there with Ola help me. Hello, everyone. That young lady. Didn't I meet her once before? A long time ago? Yes, that's Pelfey, my old friend. Well, well, didn't she grow up to be a lovely young lady? I have no interest in this chit-chat. On with the cross-examination. Mr. Wright, this is all your fault. Why are you dawdling? How is this my fault? The court will now hear the testimony of Aura Shipley. Oh god, is this actually going to go anywhere? Oh dear. How Ola was manipulated. Right, yeah, Okay. Interesting. What the hell? Alright, that was useful. Huh. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? Do you seriously intend to cross-examine this orca? Well, she is a key witness for the defense, after all, sir. It's like the things I let you do. Every time you come to my courtroom, you open my eyes to a new way of thinking. It appears this will be another one of those times. Yep. Yes! He's given me the go-ahead. Oh, wow. I'd now like to put the witness and Mr. Rhymes together to see how he manipulated the orca. Hopefully, Ola will have some kind of reaction. Pardon me. Fine by me, but not all happen, I tell you. God, I can't stop hiccuping. Mr. Rhymes was right. Nothing happened. I guess I shouldn't have expected it to be easy. How did he manipulate her? Right, Dono. I hope you realise that if you can't prove how Rhymes manipulated the orca with this cross-exam, your defendant will be declared guilty immediately. Uh-oh. Yes, I realise that. This is my last chance. Last chance, last dance. I have to figure out how Rhymes commanded Ola to do her tricks. Please begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Hell yeah! It's time to press everything. Will that yield any useful information? Who knows? Thankfully, her statements are pretty damn short, you know. Miss Shipley, I'm afraid... Oh my god, they had too much fun with this. I'm afraid Feet is not going to get us anywhere. This is your plan of action? If you are incapable of interpreting orca speech, this entire exercise is folly. You leave the interpretation of Ola's heart to me. Alright, girl. What you gotta say? Let me hear it. Oh, wow. She also doesn't understand. Oh, Ola, you're so cute! Right, Dono. Surely you don't intend to continue this farce. Oh, I do. Miss Shipley, please continue with your testimony. Oh my. I love this too much. It's too precious. Could you interpret that for the court, Miss Sykes? Whoa. I'm getting a strong reading of happiness. Maybe she thinks she's doing a show. I demand serious witness testimony. This is no time for fun and games. If you continue this mockery, I will subject you to 40 lashes with a wet fish. Not a wet noodle? That just sounds fishy. Hey, speaking from experience, anything is better than 40 lashes from a whip. Hey, Von Karma reference. Nice. The defense will please caution its witness to conduct herself with propriety. I don't know what that said actually. Hey, and I want to read. Propriety. Whatever the fuck that means. Press! Instead of impersonating a one orca band, could you show us the lifesaver trick? I guess Ola won't do what you want unless you give her the proper signal. Doesn't Ola sing beautifully? Like her singing voice is much more melodic and clear. Meh, neither one should quit their day job. Please continue your testimony, Miss Shipley. So it tells me this ain't going anywhere. Fweet. There we go. Miss Shipley seems to want to communicate something. Fweet. Perhaps she's hungry? Miss Fay, could you give Miss Shipley a snack? Certainly. One moment. What a heartwarming scene. It reminds me of my granddaughter with her pet. Wow, your granddaughter must have a pretty large pet. Stop all this pet prattle and get on with the cross-examination. But she's such an adorable creature. I never get tired of looking at her.
Silence.
Oh wow, he's pissed. I, on the other hand, have had more than my fill of this tomfoolery. Enough is enough. I think he's got a point. Alright, Ultimate Skyhawk. You have a great day too, and thanks for stopping by. Much appreciated. It sounds like Prosecutor Blackwell is about to blow his top. What should I do? Should I continue the cross-examination? No, stop. Nothing comes of this. I'm done playing games. I will now explain how Ola was manipulated by Mr. Rhymes. In order to respond to a command, Ola needs to hear the sound of a whistle. But Mr. Rhymes isn't a trainer. I doubt he'd know how to give the signals himself. So that means he must have had help. So how did Mr. Rhymes issue commands to Ola? Quite obvious. The phone. Oop. It even says, Summer's boyfriend has videos of her using a whistle to make the orca do tricks. Boom. Sasha told me an interesting story about Miss Summers. Azora used to send her boyfriend videos of herself teaching the orca tricks. He used to help Azora take the videos on her TV phone. Most likely, Mr. Rhymes still has these videos of Miss Summers. Miss Faye, could I ask for your help? Of course, Mr. Nick. What is it? You're using Mr. Rhymes' TV phone, correct? I'd like you to examine it for me. Please look for videos of Azora Summers issuing whistle commands to Ola. Videos? I'm not too sure how to do that, but I'll give it a try. My apologies to Marlon. Right, Dono? What are you up to? Oh, you'll find out. You'll see in a moment, if Pulse can find those videos for me. Mr. Nick, I found them. I found some videos like you described. You did? Thank you, Miss Faye. Just as I suspected. How did Marlon Rhymes get Ola to do those tricks? I will now show you. With Mr. Rhymes' cell phone. His cell phone? Are you implying he used an app? Miss Faye, see if you can issue Ola a command. Me? Can I do such a thing? You might be able to if you play a video with a whistle signal in it. There's a video of the lifesaver trick, please play that. Before you do though, please put the practice dummy in the pool. Oh, I see. They don't need the whistle if they have the video. Yeah, because the sound from the whistle would come through the video. Oh, practice dummy? Alright. In it goes! There, it sank to the bottom. Now I'll play a video. Ola is diving down, heading straight for the dummy. What a smart girl you are, Ola. There you go. The lifesaver trick was a complete success, Mr. Nick. Thank you, Miss Faye. Hey, X-Car. How's it going? You're a big help. Now I have proof. Unbelievable. You actually pulled it off. That was the lifesaver trick we saw yesterday. Is Miss Faye an orca trainer now? Not quite. No, Your Honor. I'll explain after we try one more trick. Now let's see if we can command Ola to do the singing trick. Miss Faye, if there's a video of the singing trick, please play that. Certainly. Let's see. Is it this video? Well, there you go. What is this game? It's Ace Attorney! It's basically a visual novel adventure hybrid, kind of. Essentially, the premise of the game is uncovering the murder, or murderers, of certain crimes and defending your clients, who have usually been falsely accused. Essentially. Oh my, isn't she wonderful? That was the Swashbuckler Spectacular song. And this is probably one of the more bizarre cases, because our client was an orca. And we're cross-examining an orca. It's great. What a lovely singing voice. It wasn't bad. By the way, how did Miss Faye give the orca those commands? Videos! Marlon Rhymes has something on his phone that his girlfriend, Azora Summers, sent him. They're videos of Miss Summers issuing commands to Orla with a whistle. If they have Orla listen to the sounds of the signals, anyone at all could command Orla. Oh my, anyone at all? Yes, I believe so, Your Honor. All they would have to do is play these videos. Mr. Wright, please submit those videos as evidence. I'm getting the sneaking suspicion the judge just wants to try it out for himself. Probably. Miss Faye, could you send those videos to the TV phone here? Alright, certainly. God, what a big help she is. Got him! Alright, I'll try playing one. Cutscene? Cutscene. Whoa! Aw. Aw. So this is what... Oh, so this was a training session a year ago, huh? But wait a minute. There's something about that song that bothers me. That was the... Yeah, it just dawned on me. That was the song that DePlume mentioned. If the orca can be commanded using videos on a cell phone, then that means that Marlon Rhymes could have manipulated the creature. Uh-oh. He's been found out. Mr. Rhymes, you can't talk your way out of it now.
Silence.
Oh. I have to commend you. That was very good proof. I concede Marlon Rhymes could have manipulated the orca. But isn't it true that the defendant could have done it as well? All she would have to do is use the whistle she knows how to use so well. And she wouldn't have had to use those videos. Surely you admit it's a possibility. She could have easily had Norma DePlume witness the singing and the lifesaver trick. So he's trying to argue it was equally possible for Sasha as it was for Rhymes, is he? But is that true? Let me think about that for a minute. That's right. Those weren't just simple cries, it was singing. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. Kept headbutting while it sang the Swashbuckler Spectacular song. The culprit made sure Mr. Plume heard the song and saw the lifesaver trick. Could Sasha have shown these two tricks to the witness? No. It's only possible for Orla can only do one trick at a time. No, I don't think Miss Buckler could have created the same conditions as the culprit. You challenge me to a battle? I hope your sword is sharpened. Let me see those sword skills of yours. Don't you worry, my sword is drawn and ready. My sword is evidence that the two tricks couldn't have been shown at the same time. Orla performs one trick per signal. She can't do two at a time. Perfect. Easy! Mr. Plume said in her testimony that she witnessed these two tricks at the same time. However, that fact is inconsistent with how Orla performs tricks. How Orla performs tricks? What are you talking about? Orla can't perform two tricks at once. She performs only one trick per whistle signal. Oops. That's how she's been trained. In other words, it would be just like with a dog. If you tell him to both sit and shake, he won't do them at the same time. Am I understanding it correctly? Yes, that's the idea, Your Honor. I wonder if the judge has a dog. Great, now we've made him piss himself laughing. He only does that for one cycle. Like, his animation doesn't repeat like most others do. What a farce. So are you saying the witness somehow managed to produce an impossible scenario? Oh god. This case was essentially the orca that you just saw a second ago was at first was accused of murdering the owner of an aquarium, and then we got the orca to be found not guilty because there wasn't any evidence to say that she did do it, and then instead the orca's trainer has been the one that's been arrested on suspicion of murdering the owner. If the creature's own trainer couldn't do it, how could I? Videos, dude. Yes, it's a mystery, isn't it? And basically at the moment we're just trying to get to the bottom of it. Like, who actually did it, and essentially trying to get our client not guilty, or a not guilty verdict. Boss, you don't have to agree so cheerfully. The defense is claiming that Marlon Rhymes manipulated the orca. But if you cannot explain fully how this was done, your argument doesn't hold water. If you can't straighten out your own theory, would you like me to straighten you out? No, thank you. So Ola can't do 2 tricks at a time, but Mr. Plume saw her do it. This logical inconsistency means there's a flaw somewhere. Was Mr. Plume lying? Or is it not true that Ola can't do 2 tricks at a time? But Mr. Plume had no reason to lie about such a thing. If it really is impossible for Ola to perform 2 tricks at once, then maybe either the lifesaver trick or the singing trick was faked? Faked? Yes, maybe Ola only performed 1 of the tricks, but it was made to look like she performed 2.
Silence.
Maybe. How do you expect to conduct a sword battle with conjecture? Sounds like I'd better present some evidence here, and fast. Although I am concerned about your profuse sweating, Mr. Wright, allow me to ask you. Which of these 2 was faked, the lifesaver trick or the singing trick? Ooh. The song. Yeah, it must have been. Because the song for Mr. Plume is not the song that we know. Yeah, she knows it's a different song entirely. The defense wishes to argue that the singing trick was faked. And on what grounds do you base your assertion that the singing trick was faked? This.
Take that!
This is a recording of a recent Swashbuckler Spectacular. In this recording, Ola sings the same song she sang for Miss Faye earlier. But Mr. Plume said this song is different from the one sang a year ago. The song is different? Please listen to the song in the video from a year ago, sent to the cell phone. Huh? Ah, there we go. That's the one that Mr. Plume's heard. Yes, it sounds quite different from the song Ola sang for Miss Faye earlier. And yet this is the same video Miss Faye used to issue the command to Ola to sing. By having Mr. Plume listen to the song recorded in the cell phone video, the true culprit made Mr. Plume think Ola was singing the song from a year ago. Only Marlon Rhymes, the owner of the cell phone videos, could have done this.
Silence.
But Mr. Plume said she heard the orca singing right in front of her. How do you claim he made her think that? How was the song recording played? I intend to explain that too, of course. What? The answer lies somewhere in the orca pool visitor's corridor. Marlon Rhymes played the song recording by using this. Oh, the speakers. Yeah. Mr. Plume heard the song while she was in the orca pool visiting visitor's corridor. There's a speaker in that corridor so that visitor can hear the orca's sounds. And you claim the song was played from that speaker? How? Here's how Rhymes played the song over the speaker in the visitor's corridor. Walkie-talkie! Yeah, issue to all aquarium, staff for communication. There you go. Can apparently also be used to broadcast inside the aquarium. Boom. Mr. Rhymes could broadcast the song in the video to the speaker by using a walkie-talkie. And he could get Orla to do a trick by letting her hear Miss Summers' whistle signal too. He played the singing through the speaker, and he made Orla do the lifesaver trick. All of this was the doing of the true culprit, Marlon Rhymes. Oh! Damn. That was a large hit. This is what you did, isn't it, Mr. Rhymes? Is he gonna start bleeding? Yep. That looks so weird. You did it. Now we can save both Sasha and Orla. Just leave it to Captain Wright's swashbuckling lawyers to win any case. I don't remember agreeing to that name. So it actually was possible for Mr. Rhymes to manipulate the Orca. I'm stunned. I see we will need to hear more from this witness. Mr. Rhymes, the time has come for you to tell the court the truth. Oh yeah. Hold it. That's not a good sign. Oh god. So I used a walkie-talkie, you say? Sorry, but you're dead wrong, me bucko. It'd be impossible, says I. What do you mean, impossible? I shall sing ye a little shanty dissing your scurvy theory. Hark ye well now. I'll read this when it comes to testimony. I won't be able to read this otherwise. Oh man, look at him go! The dissing of Phoenix Wright. Mr. Lawyer's freestyle got no appeal. Oh my god. Yo, you so cray-cray. Man, what a rap that was. Oh, so just gonna sit the flip-flop. Yep. Here we go again with that flip-flop music. Broken? Of all the flimsy excuses. Bilge sucking. That was uncalled for. You probably broke it on purpose after the fact. That being true, little lassie. Although, I can't prove when it really was. Lucky be it for me, ye lawyers be the ones who have the proving to do. Grand. After everything we've uncovered, he still won't admit it. Somehow I have to prove that he still could have done it. Like he's got... God, he's got such... He's so expressive. Look at these animations. Yeah, so what does he say? It's weird without hearing his, like, theme song. So, your walkie-talkie be broke for real, Mr. Lawyer's freestyle got no appeal. Yeah, let's just press. Why not? Mr. Rhymes, are you sure it was your walkie-talkie that was broken? Of course I'd be sure, although it doesn't have me name written on it or anything. But you can't prove it be not me walkie-talkie now, can ye? I'll never save Sasha this way. I have to figure out how he got a command to Orla. If Rhymes couldn't get a command to the Orca, your theory crumbles. Everything you've done will all go up in smoke. I be not on the prosecution side neither, mind ye. The defendant be innocent, says I. But either way, me walkie-talkie was broken, and that be the truth. Right. Broke before the plume on the scene. Broke before Wright could ever dream. God, he really is dissing us hard. Sheesh. So do you have some way of proving that statement?
Silence.
Oh. The burden of proof is on you. If you can't do that, then we can end this cross-examination right now. Oh god, more. I didn't realise I was gonna rap more. Proof that it broke, bro you a joke, lag even a second and you gone choke. Right wanna press on every word. Nope, judge gone judge undeterred. No idea what that means. You gone front and bring the pain, or stop and walk away in shame. My god. Ooh, he makes me so mad. We've got to come up with our own freestyle, boss. Let's get him back with evidence instead, shall we? No singing. Witness, please continue your testimony about the walkie-talkie. With less of the flip-flop. Legit goofed during cleaning time but bilge-sucking lawyer spitting lies. Damn. I'm just gonna press everything. Why not? You made a big blunder. What happened? After I helped Sasha with the cleaning, I dropped it by accident and broke it. You wish to see it? I still have it with me. It does indeed appear to be broken. With my walkie-talkie broken, there'd be no way I could have done what you said. I couldn't have given the Orca any commands. Ugh. Oh, your walkie-talkie broke. Isn't that just so convenient? Mr. Rhymes, I think you broke it on purpose. Miss Lawyer, none of your false accusations, if you please. I broke it on purpose. Where be your proof? I don't have any proof. If his walkie-talkie was broken, it throws a monkey wrench into my whole theory. When he let Pearls borrow his cell phone so casually yesterday, he must have already been confident I wouldn't be able to prove anything. You'll never get me to agree that poxed Orca be innocent. If something be not done about her, she'll get Sasha one day too. The Orca killed the captain, it weren't me. So you intend to continue to claim that the defendant is innocent, do you? Well, I won't stand for that. Now then, right Dono, what's your next move? Your Honor, I would like to examine that walkie-talkie if you don't mind. Certainly. Here you are. Let's see if there is any way to tell when the walkie-talkie was broken. If he gave all of that command, then it couldn't have been broken at that time. Oh, we're doing this. Oh, really? Slide the screen to rotate the evidence. Tap again if you notice anything of interest. You can also zoom in and zoom out to get a better look. How do I zoom in? Let's check every last inch of it. I hope I don't have to do the pinch. I can't do a pinch maneuver. Ta-da! There it is. I figured it would be. This is Shipley's. That's Shipley's walkie-talkie. More to the point, it's Azura's. Huh, look at these. They look like tooth marks. Hey, you're right. A bite this big. I wonder if it was Ola. Wait. A walkie-talkie? With tooth marks? Didn't we hear a story like that just yesterday? It was the walkie-talkie Azura used right up until her death. And there it is. In the middle of the show, the Orca brought Azura up to the surface in her mouth. She left tooth marks in Azura's walkie-talkie. The captain said he always kept that walkie-talkie with him so we'd never forget. Rhyme said his walkie-talkie was his. Or this walkie-talkie was his, but could it be? Not odd about it, don't you agree? Time to give it up, Mr. Lawyer. Forget the Orca, just save Sasha, says I. I can't do that. Now that I'm finally a lawyer again, how could I hold my head up if I made my client so miserable? The stubborn one you be. Right. So, if that's the case, he mentions when it was broken. Oh god. Right, so that's the case. It doesn't even tell you about that. Does this mention that Shipley had Azura's walkie-talkie? Oh, is it more the I mean, he has the thing for the walkie-talkie. Unless, was it not? Maybe it wasn't broken from the tooth marks. It can't have been if Shipley was using it. Maybe it may have broken when he fell. That's my only idea. In which case it would be this. God, look at him going crazy in the background.
Objection!
He's still going crazy. The walkie-talkie that the witness brought with him to court today is not his. May have been stolen from the victim, Mr. Jack Shipley. Our aquarium may look like a band of pirates, but thievery... According to the defendant's statement, Mr. Shipley talked to her on his walkie-talkie before his death. However, no walkie-talkie was found near the victim's body. Methinks the police just didn't look hard enough. Besides, the captain's walkie-talkie wasn't broken. Be that not right? So his walkie-talkie had naught to do with mine. Yeah, but his also is the only walkie-talkie that had teeth marks in it. Because it was Azura's. I'm not so sure that's true. The victim fell to his death. It's quite possible his walkie-talkie broke in the fall. You stole the walkie-talkie after the victim's death, didn't you, Mr. Rhymes?
Silence.
I will not allow such leading questions, right, Dono? If you claim the walkie-talkie belonged to the victim, show me your evidence. Certainly, I plan on doing just that. Please look at these tooth marks here on the walkie-talkie. Tooth marks? Ah yes, I see them. The victim's walkie-talkie was a keepsake that used to belong to Azura Summers, who died a year ago. These tooth marks were left by Orla when she carried Miss Summers in her mouth. If this is Mr. Shipley's walkie-talkie, then Mr. Rhymes' walkie-talkie is still unaccounted for, which means he could have used it to command the Orca after all. And that's not all, Your Honor. The only one who could have taken the victim's walkie-talkie is the culprit himself. The fact that Marlon Rhymes had the victim's walkie-talkie is proof that he murdered Jack Shipley. Ooh. Sink me. Wait. Did we do it? Oh, never mind. Not so fast, Mr. Liar. What? He still won't admit it? This walkie-talkie be mine, says I. Then how do you explain the tooth marks on it? I've had many the run-in with that orca myself. She bit me more than once, and me walkie-talkie too. Evidence of our fights are carved here into me body. My goodness, I can clearly see the tooth marks scar your skin. Or scars in your skin. What? Are those really scars from being bitten by Orla? Ah, Christ. You want answers? I got some, mate. These scars from Orla, that's right. Dem girl can put up a nasty fight. The orca bit me and left me scarred. Had a rep to protect, so I went in hard. So Mr. Lawyer, I win, just being frank. And Orla, you get the plank. Okay. I can't let him run this show. You have to find a way to prove the walkie-talkie belonged to the victim. And you can forget about fingerprints. I always keep my walkie-talkie clean and polished. This man had everything worked out before he even took the stand. But I won't give up. There has to be a way. Mr. Wright, I found something interesting. The tooth marks on the walkie-talkie. Notice anything funny about them? Yes, I do. Funny? Funny how? There's a tooth missing. Or, more so, there's a mark missing. Something is different about them compared to the other tooth marks we've seen. The only other ones I remember are the ones on the practice dummy. It's just a tiny difference. It might not even mean anything. Right now, we need to consider every possibility we can, no matter how small. If I can figure out what's different about the bite marks, maybe I can somehow prove Rhymes' walkie-talkie actually belonged to the victim. Think, Phoenix. You can turn everything around, right here and now. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yes, we're doing this! I fucking love this! This shit's the best. Oh no, I just think it's really cool. Time to review the facts we have so far. With the intent on killing Orla, Rhymes drained the show stage pool. But Rhymes failed to kill Orla, and instead, he tried to pin Shipley's murder on Orla. In order to manipulate Orla, Rhymes must have used a cell phone and a walkie-talkie. But the walkie-talkie Rhymes has is broken. I think it's the victim's walkie-talkie, the one he kept as a memento of Azura Summers. I have to find a way to prove that it is indeed the victim's walkie-talkie. Which piece of evidence left on the walkie-talkie could prove it belonged to the victim? The orca's tooth marks. Whoosh. God, this is just so cool. We have two pieces of evidence with tooth marks, the walkie-talkie and the dummy. What's striking about these two pieces of evidence? The tooth marks are different. The colours are similar. What? Two different bite mark patterns. When I look closely, I see two bite mark patterns. Two variations? Huh. Wasn't there a trick of Ola's that had two different variations as well? The show song. Two different songs. A year ago, the Orca's song and teeth marks were different from what they are now. What could be the cause of these two inconsistencies? What's behind the fact that the Orca's tooth marks and song were different a year ago? Oh, there we go! It was a different Orca. There are two Orcas. There it is. There are two different Orcas. I'm starting to think there are two different Orcas. The one a year ago and Ola now. And if the Orca a year ago wasn't Ola, it means the bite mark on the walkie-talkie isn't Ola's, like Rhymes said it was. Now I can finally prove the walkie-talkie belongs to the victim. Yeah, I love that so much. It's so cool. Mr. Wright, you appear to be lost in thought there. Is everything alright? I just realised something astonishing, Your Honour. Your face is what's astonishing, right, Dono? Oh, thank you. Your rudeness is what's astonishing, Prosecutor Blackwell. What is this astonishing thing you realised? Until just now, I thought the Orca at Ship Aquarium a year ago, and Ola, were the same Orca. Hyper-focused. Yeah, it's so cool. The only gripe I have with this game in general, and I'm pretty sure Spirit of Justice is the same way, it feels far too hand-holdy when it comes to presenting the correct evidence. They kind of just force it down your throat which one it is. They make it way too obvious. I kind of prefer when it wasn't so obvious. But, oh well, what can you do? However, two inconsistencies led me to a new fact. And that fact is that there might be two Aura Shipleys. What? Two different Orcas? But that's impossible. Is it though? Whew, God, my throat. Okay, Spirit of Justice is a bit difficult. Okay. It must just be this one that is a bit too easy. I mean, there's still some things that catch you out, but at the same time, they really just force it down your throat. Like, no, 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 this is the evidence. But never mind. Order in the court. It doesn't make the games any less enjoyable. Explain yourself. What is the basis for this preposterous claim? The Orca's show song a year ago and the one now are different. I believe it's because the Orca a year ago was a different Orca. Two different Orcas, two different songs, it explains the show song contradiction. What be this bilge water talk? I don't understand. I'm talking about the truth. Truth that will finally catch you out on your lies, or in your lies. You claim that the tooth marks on the walkie-talkie were Ola's, but that's not true. Yeah, it's true. To be fair, the first trilogy was incredibly difficult by comparison to anything that came after them anyway. Especially the first game, with the bullshit of like, you have to press statement number 2, then statement number 5, then statement number 1, then statement number 3. That shit was just stupid. As well as the Von Karma testimony, where if you pressed the wrong statement, you got an instant game over. Right, so the two different bite mark patterns on this walkie-talkie and on the dummy proves this. What? Two different patterns, you say?
Silence.
While I will concede there is a possibility that two different Orcas exist, bite mark patterns alone are not proof enough. I want more conclusive evidence. Okay, the songs. Alright, I will show you conclusive evidence then. So he wants to see evidence other than the bite mark patterns, does he? The Orca a year ago and Ola have different songs and different teeth. Don't I have two videos on hand that can be used to compare these differences, or those differences? We'll now submit two videos with which the different songs and teeth can be compared. Okay. Swashbuckler. There's one. And here is the other. Where's the TV phone? There it is. Boom! Please compare these two videos, one from a year ago and one recent. As discussed, the two orcas are singing two different songs. Please also pay special attention to the appearance of the two orcas' teeth. How exactly do you claim their teeth are different? Let's look for shots in the two videos where the orca's teeth are shown. Yep, there's Ola. There's also a butt shot of Sasha. This is Ola in the recent video of the Swashbuckler Spectacular Pirate Show. As you can see, she has all of her teeth. What a healthy smile she has. I'm a bit envious. Next, let's take a look at the TV phone video from a year ago. There it is, missing one. Just as I thought, their teeth are different. Oh, I believe this smile looks a little different from the one we saw a moment ago. As you can see, the orca from a year ago has one tooth that's broken off. If the teeth are different, then... Yes, if the teeth are different, they of course leave different bite mark patterns. On the practice dummy, you can see Ola's uniform pattern with all teeth intact, and on the walkie-talkie you can see that one tooth is missing from the pattern. I see it, just like the smile of the orca in last year's video. The tooth marks on the walkie-talkie were not made by the orca we know as Ola. They were made by a year ago... oh, fuck me, I can't read. They were made a year ago by a different orca. Two different orcas? I can't believe it. The statement that the tooth marks on the walkie-talkie were from Ola was a lie. The truth is, the walkie-talkie was stolen from the victim, Jack Shipley. And the only person who could have stolen it is... you! The true culprit, Marlon Rhymes. Hallelujah, we did it. Woo! Does he have a breakdown? No, you got it all wrong. It be all... the fault of that orca. Whoa. Oh god, this is a weird breakdown. Oh Jesus. You got it all wrong. Blimey. It'd be the orca's fault. This can't be. Oh. Once again. I'm too weak to help anybody. Hmm? Okay. Well, it would appear we should hear more from the defendant about Ora Shipley. Sasha Buckler. Yes, Captain Judge. Is what Mr. Wright claims true? Are there two different orcas? The secret that Ship Aquarium was hiding was about Ola, wasn't it? Dr. Crab told me to focus on the orca's song. He hinted it would be a clue. Phoenix is right. The one we call Ola is the second Ora Shipley. There actually used to be two orcas at Ship Aquarium. I used to call the first Ora Shipley just Ora for short. Ora and Ola are sisters. The captain rescued them both when they got beached on the shore. But Ola was in bad shape, and the ship's doctor had to look after her for a long time. Both orcas loved the captain, so we decided to keep them on at Ship Aquarium. Why didn't you say anything about there being two orcas? Well, because after the accident a year ago, Ora was put down. Oh. What? Ora is dead? Yeah, the Center for Dangerous Animal Control demanded it. Apparently the captain and the ship's doctor begged them. We put the first one down, so please leave the second one alone, they said. Anyway, after the accident a year ago, the captain told us he was going to put Ola in the pirate show as Ora Shipley. He asked us to keep quiet about Ora's death until the time was right. What a surprising and complex tale. Did all Ship Aquarium employees know about this? I doubt it. No, just a select few of us. Mr. Rhymes, did you know about it? Of course not. How would I? Tell me, Mr. Rhymes, did you plan on killing Ola from the start? Yeah. I planned to do it during the cleaning, so I drained the pool. I figured if I didn't do something about that bee, Sasha's life was in danger. Sasha trusted that Orca just as much as Azora did. I wanted to protect her. I couldn't help Azora, so I felt like protecting Sasha was the least I could do. My duty. I built up my strength so I'd be ready to kill the Orca. I even fought with sharks. But the captain realized my plan and tried to save the Orca. And that is why you killed Jack Shipley. Now the report from the crime lab finally makes sense. Report from the crime lab? In court yesterday, you will recall I showed a photo of the victim lying on his back. According to the lab, the bruise on the victim's right wrist was Rhymes's handprint. Okay, his handprint? I didn't know how it fit with the case until I heard Rhymes's story just now. But now we can imagine the reason for it being there. Rhymes must have made the handprint when he fought with the victim over the Orca. A handprint made during a struggle. I don't care what happens to me anymore. I deserve the death penalty. I'm the one that killed the captain. Please give Sasha her not guilty verdict. You accept your defeat well, I see. Let me be your guide. To hell. Jesus. Get on with the verdict, your baldness. It seems this unprecedented trial that began with an Orca as the defendant has finally come to a close. Sasha is saved. Ola is going to be so happy. Are we gonna shout out, hold it? Sasha's not guilty verdict is coming. Why do I still have this strange nagging feeling? Rhymes' handprint on the victim's right wrist. Was it really the result of a deadly struggle over the Orca? I can't shake the feeling that handprint has some other hidden meaning. Is this trial going to end without revealing the whole truth? I kind of wish I didn't have the hiccups. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Sasha Buckler. Hold it. I knew it. Too obvious. Whenever there's something else that needs to be pointed out, the trial will never end. Your Honor, please hold off on that verdict. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? We need to know the whole truth. I would like to further explore this new evidence the prosecution just submitted. But what complaint could you have? You are about to get your not guilty verdict. I see no need to further prolong this trial, Mr. Wright. Your Honor, we still don't know the entire truth of this case. This unnatural handprint Mr. Rhymes left on the victim's right wrist. I don't think it was the result of a fight between the two men. Not the result of a fight? Then what do you suggest it was? Boss, what are you doing? Do you remember that evidence we found at the show stage? Evidence? What evidence? That mysterious mark might be the key to understanding the whole case. Your Honor, the defense would like to submit evidence that will expose the truth of this case. A mysterious piece of evidence that pairs Mr. Rhymes with Mr. Rhymes' unnatural handprint. Where is it? Oh, there they are. Boom. Ladder prints. Ba-bum. Now they make sense as to why they're that way around. Marlon Rhymes left behind a very unusual set of fingerprints at the show stage. In what way were they unusual? They were right-handed prints on the left side of the ladder. If one were to grasp the ladder in the same way as the prints, it would look like this. It looks like the ladder is being grasped from above. Exactly, Your Honor. And the handprint on the victim's right wrist shows it was held with a powerful grip. There it is. Marlon Rhymes grasped the show stage ladder in an unnatural pose. If he was gripping the victim's wrist in this position, gripping the victim's wrist, then he must have been... It means Mr. Rhymes was actually trying to save Shipley. That's right. If we couple the unnatural handprint with the mysterious fingerprints, we see that Marlon Rhymes was trying to save the victim's life. What? Oh no. So it was all an accident. Shit. But that can't be, it's impossible. Why don't we ask Mr. Rhymes himself? Yeah. Mr. Rhymes, we want to hear the truth directly from you. I gotta hand it to you, Mr. Lawyer. You got skills. Why? Why did you have to figure it out? It doesn't matter what happens to me anymore. I'm ready to die. So, what is the defense is claiming... Or is what the defense is claiming true? The captain, he found out I drained the show stage pool. He rushed to the side of the pool, frantic to put some water in for the orca. And then, he slipped. Of course. Captain, give me your left hand. No, Marlin. You'll fall too. Oh no. Forgive me, Marlin. I didn't realise what deep pain you were in. But please don't blame Orla. It's nobody's fault. Not Orla's, and not yours. Hey. Oh wow. Jesus. That's a swashbuckler spectacular that's playing in the background. Very slowly. So... that was actually the old version. Jack Shipley's death was accidental. Why didn't you tell us that you didn't kill the victim? Because I have no right to live anymore. I'm ready to get the death penalty. The captain died because of me. And then, on top of it all, I used his body to frame Orla. I was gonna kill Orla, and she wasn't even to blame. She didn't do anything wrong. The only thing I can do now is pay for it all with my life. I can't do anything. I couldn't save the captain. I couldn't avenge Azora's death. Oh, he doesn't even know. Wow. Mr. Rhymes, you have the wrong idea about Summer's death. About Miss Summer's death. Not even the first Aura Shipley was responsible for her dying. Aura, of her own accord, was trying to save Miss Summer's life. What? What are you talking about? Azora Summers suffered from a heart condition, but she didn't tell anyone, and she performed in the pirate show anyway. She had a heart attack and died before anyone could save her. I'm sure she didn't think Aura attacked her. There's nothing to avenge. No way. A heart condition? She never said a word about it. Maybe she didn't want you to worry about her. Probably. So I wanted to get revenge all this time. For nothing. Jeez. That's just a sad end. Yeah, Shipley died on accident, so neither case was murder, not a year ago, and not this time either. Your responsibility in this matter is great, but I believe you can be rehabilitated. Marlon, you better come back to Shipshape Aquarium when you're done, you hear? Paula and I, and everybody will be waiting for you. You still have a lot to offer, Mr. Rhymes. Live your life, and never give up. For the sake of those who are gone as well. I promise to make up for what I've done. Even if it takes me my whole life. Mr. Wright, Sasha. Thank you. Aww. Do we now get the verdict? Jeez. Whew. My goodness. Well, I have seen countless trials, but never one that ended like this. I don't know how, Mr. Wright, but you always seem to manage to turn things around. I think all this excitement has taken a few years off of my life. Is that praise, or a diss? Now then, this court finds the defendant, Sasha Buckler, not guilty! Woohoo! Oh my god. God, my throat, it hurts so much. Jeez. Court is now adjourned. Woohoo! Yeah! God, that was awesome. That was a really good case. Also, probably the most bizarre in all of, like, the Ace Attorney games, but even still, it was great. Congratulations on your win. Thank you for all your help today, pals. All I did was have fun with Ola. Ola, I'm back! Oh, I missed you, girl. Oh, and I'm so happy for you and Ola. Sasha, everything turned out great. Phoenix, Athena, I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Ola and I are both really grateful. Oh my god. I will now act out my gratitude with a little performance. Miss Orca Lover, don't you think you'd better take care of your health first? Alright, fine. I promise. No more shows until I'm better. I don't want anybody to worry about me after all. Good. I'm glad that's settled. Oh, look at Sniper! Oh my god. Hey buddy, Mr. Lawyer. You just had to blab every single one of the aquarium secrets, didn't you? I'm sorry, Dr. Crab. Nah, that's alright. I'm glad. It was kinda hard to tell. Although, thanks to you, they now know we're using the illegal torpedo system. But I think we'll be able to wiggle out of serious repercussions somehow. That writer lady is advocating for us, saying the law itself is to blame. She said she's going to look into getting the law changed. Wow, go Mr. Plume. He sure is a powerhouse. There's one thing you didn't figure out, by the way. Keep this to yourself, will ya? We don't want it getting out publicly. Remember that appointment I had written down in my calendar? Oh, you mean meet the captain at the Orca Pool at 7 AM? That note meant the Orca Pool of the the Supermarine Aquarium, not ship shapes. Okay. What? Why were you supposed to meet there? Jack and I... We visited the Supermarine Aquarium once a month. Any idea why? To get dolphin therapy treatment? No, silly. Remember I told you. Jack and I were against putting the Orca down from the start. What? You mean... Wait, Aura's not dead? We just pretended to put the first Aura Shipley down. The Supermarine Aquarium is harbouring her for us. What? Oh. So that talk about large amounts of money you were paying them? Once a month, the owner and the vet disappear from this aquarium. And I came to find out that each time, a large amount of money was being paid out. We were paying for Aura's care. You wouldn't believe how much fish orcas eat. I can't stop looking at Sniper. God, it's got such an adorable idle animation. Look at it! Ah. Now that it's been proven she was innocent all along, I think we can bring her back soon. Until then, keep it under your hat, okay? Huh? What was he telling you about? Oh, he only told us. Oh, nothing much. By the way, Ola wants to give you her... wants you to give her a little celebratory prize. Ola specifically requested that you give it to her, Phoenix. Alright, fine. Let's see. What can I give her? The fish? Oh god, this is like 3-day-old fish. It's actually 2-day-old, but still. Fish! Here you go. Have fish. Ola, it's coming a day late, but congratulations on your verdict. Aww. Oh my god, that was great. Oh my! Aren't you lucky? That's Ola's best trick, the thank you kiss trick. Oh Ola, I want to be next. Aww. And so the curtain fell on my first trial in years. I'm looking forward to the comeback of Sasha and Ola's Swashbuckler Spectacular. After all, I made a comeback of my own. As a lawyer. Oh yeah! A few months later... Okay. So what do? Are we going back to the aquarium? Epilogue! Here we are. Date, who knows? Time, who knows? Ship-shape aquarium. It's been a while since I visited Ship-shape aquarium. Now that Sasha has recovered from her illness, she's performing today. There's still some time before the show starts. I think I'll wander around a bit. Hi Phoenix, hope you enjoy the show today. The orchids are excited and ready to go. Oh, I'm sure I'll enjoy... They said orcas! Wait a minute, did you say orcas as in plural? Yep, let me show you. So there's Orla. Hey! It's Orla and Aura. What, two orcas? Two Orlas? Don't tell me. They look the exact same though, that's the best part. Yep, you got it right. Aura Shipley, the first has returned to Ship-shape aquarium. We be the three pirate sisters. We be out to stop the evil Scallywag League led by Red Stash and the giant octopus. Well, I don't want to get in the way of their rehearsal. Guess I'd better go. Well, if it isn't Blue Boy, did you come for my book signing? Oh, Mr. Plume, there's a book signing? Yes, my new book is just out. It's called Ship-shape Aquarium. Don't pull the plug. The book signing will be held here in this room. After all, the vet owes me a favour. Yeah, she got them to approve the use of the torpedo. I'm grateful. But why does she keep coming to my lab to bother me every single day? My next work will be entitled Sniper, the Penguin Leaves the Nest. Right on cue. Oh god. Stop this cacophony! Why am I surrounded by coughing females? Gee, Dr. Crab gets all the ladies. I guess I'll leave him out. I'll leave him to it. Oops, it's almost time for the show. Hey, look who it is! Where have you been, Daddy? Polly and Athena already went in. While we were waiting, I bought some souvenirs to take back to the village. Sorry to keep you waiting. I bet they'll love your souvenirs back home, pals. By the way, I heard a certain someone is going to be in today's show. A certain someone? I wonder who it could be. Oh, it's almost time. The show's just about to start. Alright, let's go to the show stage then. I get the feeling it rhymes, Marlon. I saved you all seats, Mr. Wright. Woohoo! I can't believe I get to see the show again. I'm so happy I want to dive in the pool. Yeah, it better not. I think they'll call security. You're welcome in the pool anytime, Athena. But Red Stash is the best swimmer of all. Huh? Who have you got playing Red Stash's role? Who do you think? Sasha, Aura and Orla are ready to go. Yeah, I know that voice. Yep, you may know it. Marlon is back and he's playing the role of Red Stash. It be the new Swashbuckler Spectacular. Hope you enjoy it, me buckos. Yeah! And there it is. And there's the end.
And so, our pirates set sail for bluer seas under a sunnier sky. As for me, I set foot into the world of law once more as a full-time lawyer.
I knew that song was going to kick in. There it is, the special turnabout, or special episode is finished. Nice. Yeah, it's a shame they didn't show it. Nostalgic sweater? Wait, a nostalgic sweater? Oh god, is that the pink one? Hang on, I gotta see this. I did just finish the case, so I'm back at the menu. Extras and DLC. Is it the pink? Oh my god, it is. It's the bloody sweater made by Iris. Was it Iris? Can't remember. Was that her name? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Iris. Dahlia's sister. Whatever. Oh my. Look at that thing. I still kind of want to use that. It's old Phoenix. He has a pink tie. Actually, maybe it's not pink. Yeah, the dead sweater. It was Iris, okay. I couldn't remember if it was Iris or Ivy for some reason. Styling street clothes. And then hers is the school uniform. Alright. I might, you know, put on the costumes for one case. I don't know which one I'd go for with Phoenix though. I think I'd get sick of the jumper. But I could always put on the old school suit. But we'll see. I'll decide next session. Because that is going to be the end of the session. My throat is killing me. From reading so bloody much. God, I love this game. Alright, so next session will be... It'll be the start of episode 3. Yeah, Turnabout Academy. Ooh, Clavier. That's a bit of a spoiler. Oh well. Never mind. Either way, that's going to be the end of the session. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. And until next time, take care. And for those who stopped by the stream, thanks for stopping by. It's much appreciated. Have a good day, and I'll see you next stream.